going on, y'all? Apparently, Preach stepped away from Christianity, Preach from Abba and Preach, and decided, let's make this video about it so we could try to inspire other people to leave Christianity. Nasty work. Let's take a look at this, see what's going down.
Fake. But more so, you already know my debacle with church. I'm not a fan of church. I don't go to church anymore. For obvious reason, it's all fake. But more so.
Okay, well, no, I have to say one thing.
I don't think that's like a proper reason to denounce Christianity, but churches be nasty sometimes. There's a lot of nasty ass churches. I've been to a lot of foul ones. It just made me realize that I had to practice Christianity on my own. I don't need to go to churches, but not every church is bad.
Do you just enjoy antagonizing Christians?
Yes. So Baptists from Africa, Baptists from Jamaica, Baptists from Haiti are not going to look, they're going to be like, you saying like that? What's that gibberish you talking about? It's weird. Mm-hmm. Because you have to remember that black people hate everything about slavery except religion, right? So they're really going to look at each other. Yeah. Yo.
You know what? I'm not saying you tripping. Okay, can we just take 2 seconds?
He's bugging.
You did it last show too. I remember I told you last show, I'm like, if we're not going to unpack it, don't bring it up. But if we're not going to open that can of worms, why'd you pop the lid on it?
Hey, listen.
It's going to spoil. And you brought it up again, which is okay. So let's unpack it.
We can unpack it. Let's go, bro. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, you just can't throw a bomb and run.
Yes, that's how, you can't throw a bomb and stay there.
There's a lot of people that have these same feelings towards Christianity, right? And it could be from bad experiences. And I think that it's wrong to judge things based off the people that you've seen that were associated with it, right? As a whole, that's kind of crazy. You don't think maybe just you went to a bad church, or maybe there's just bad people? That means that you got to just denounce it all. And as for the slavery thing, man, Christianity, or just being a Christian, we're not just taught to slaves. Like, what are we talking about? Like, that was the only place Christians was at? Just slavery? That's where it came from? Like, are you dead ass? Like, even though it was like in Greece and Ireland, and I could just keep naming places all over the world that Christianity was, that didn't have anything to do with slavery. But for some weird reason, woke black people like him have a habit of using that as an excuse.
Hey, you know what? Hey, defeats the purpose of throwing the ball. Wait. What am I gonna do?
You're right. You my mic so I can shut the fuck up.
Am I gonna throw the bomb and stay there?
Yeah, you're right.
Who throws a grenade like this?
Why do you hate Jesus? You brought it up a bunch of times. We never talked about it. So I feel like today's your chance. A lot of Christians want to hear from you.
You started to ask yourself questions.
I don't. That's not necessary for me. I'm not trying to force my religion on anybody. Like, if you feel some type of way about Christianity and you personally don't ride with it, then that's on you. That ain't on me. Right? But I feel like the problem is where you're almost trying to push people to stay away from Christianity, as well as trolling Christians. What the hell is wrong with you? That goes beyond just you don't mess with it now. Now it's like, I hate you. I hate all of y'all. I want all of y'all to suffer. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, go do something else with your life. You know who else likes to troll Christians? Satanists. No, dead ass. Like, really, I did a lot of research on it just so I could see how nasty it was. Yeah, that's like the premise is trolling Christians. So when you start saying stuff like that, it just makes me side eye you.
So when you grow up in that environment, you start to ask yourself the questions, and some things are just not making any more sense. You know what I mean? You try to analyze some things and it doesn't click. It doesn't make sense to you. Neil Tyson DeGrasse said the best. It's not for me. I have to shout him out because he said something that embodies what I think about church and Christianity. He said, do you believe in God, since you're a man of science? And he said, well,
if there is a God, God is either not all powerful or not all good.
And from the information that I have from church, these two things do not coexist.
Like believing that he's not these two things?
He's not these two things at the same time. And I have no evidence that he's these two things at the same time. If he's all good, then he's not all powerful. If he's all good, then he wouldn't let happen a lot of things.
He is all powerful. And I hate when people say this. Nigga, we have free will, and God has pretty much, I'm not going to say left it in the hands of Jesus, but it's more so like, it's Jesus, take the wheel. These motherfuckers ain't listening to me. I told them don't do this. They keep doing it. You know what I mean? So they're not going to listen to the Father. And, you know, let's listen to me through Jesus. How about that? Let's try that. And then if you're doing it that way, then things like pain and strife and a bunch of things that we didn't have to deal with in the Garden of Eden is possible. So for people to say, well, if God existed, why is he letting this happen? Are you serious? That sounds like someone that never ever read the Bible. Like, you ever heard of the story of Job? Which used to confuse me when I was a kid. Like, damn, bro, why is he letting all of this happen? Nigga, it's not about that. It's about endurance. It's about perseverance. It's about stop questioning God. You don't have the capability to understand his movements or actions because all tiny little human brains could even fathom like anything involving him. Sight, hearing, question, none of that shit. Right? If I'm not mistaken, he appeared as a burning bush, right? Which I interpret as a metaphor for just something that was a miracle that was impossible to see. You know what I mean? Especially back then. So how can we be sitting here questioning God? That sounds stupid to me. Sounds dumb. You want to blame somebody? Blame Adam and Eve. They dumbasses. Blame them. Oh, stop looking for someone to blame. Like, whatever happens in this life isn't really like the full thing. The next life, the afterlife is what's important, right? That's going to be where you see all the things that you're expecting to happen right here.
Things that are happening right now.
But I'm not like a pastor, so don't quote me.
If he's all powerful, that means that he has the power to change all the things that are wrong, but he's not good enough to change them. Stuff like that. Stuff that are written in the Old Testament, stuff that are written in the New Testament. And I'm just like, I don't identify with it anymore. And it's cool with other people. That's one of the things. It's cool if other people are with it. But then I have another weird feeling as well when people from the Caribbean are the most religious.
Then if it is, then why do you insist on trying to attack these people? If it's cool, if other people are down with it, like, why troll them? You get what I'm saying? Like, why insist on that? It's like really weird.
Just people, and that religion was imposed to them by their masters. So, and I have an issue with that.
You're talking about how I was introduced to Black folks.
Yeah, I was introduced to Caribbean people. Like how I wasn't introduced to certain parts of Africa, not all the parts of Africa. I'm not talking about the Orthodox.
You're not talking about Ethiopians.
No, I'm not talking about them because I believe that they're the original one. Emmanuel Selassie, Rastafari. Anyways,
we've been having Christianity.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is that it feels weird the way it was introduced because it was introduced as a tool, right? And what the Caribbean are using is the Bible of the King James, the guy that killed his own mother. Fucking weird. More than that is that it was introduced to subdue us and to break us. They removed our roots and they removed our beliefs and they proposed that just to be able to be more docile. So
what did they say about your roots and your beliefs?
What do you mean?
What did they say about them?
Well, it was demonic. It was not good. It was evil.
Witchcraft,
which is not a reality, of the thing. And so when I see Caribbean people being very religious, to me, is just like every night going to sleep and kissing goodnight the picture of your rapist. I know the image is crazy, but that's the feeling that I got. If I've seen
The fuck is wrong with this guy? Like, what's going on with him? That sounds very crazy. That was a wild analogy.
someone do that, that's what I feel. That's visceral. I'm like, oh my God, everybody in the world that are religious, they worship someone that look like them. You look like the Hindus, they look like them. The Buddhists, they look like them. The Muslims, they look like them. But people from the Caribbean, it's white. And you can even say, oh no, but it's my God is black, my Jesus is black. But your Bible is from, was from the people that own you. And that's weird.
I'll say in Ethiopia, we got a black Jesus. I know, because every time I go into a church, it's all black.
But all these people are not.
Oh, he look like he got a forehead?
Yes, and I've seen that Jesus. And
I do personally like that. I think like the that's a personal thing.
Yes, but that's not the because there's an Ethiopian Bible as well. Because the Bible that we have in the Caribbean that we're using, the King James Bible, I believe has 66 books, and the Ethiopian one has 88. So it was modeled and compressed, and it's not the real thing. So I'm like, manipulation. Let me just get out.
Sounds stupid as hell, bro. Like, if you don't know enough about it, it's okay to say that, right? Like, I'm not no expert. There's a lot more that I can learn. So, yeah, I'm not going to just sit here and be like, yo, this and act like I'm an expert and try to like guide people away from God. And then to say that he's not powerful or not good is the dumbest thing in the world, bro. Like, you just don't understand. And it's okay. Right? Like, you don't want to take the time to actually put in more work. Right? You don't want to take that time to do that. So, it is what it is.
Out of that, because that's not me. That's the reason why I'm just like, man, I'm uncomfortable whenever I see that. There's some part of churches I appreciate because I feel like the praise, no, that's our sauce, that's our spice. We did that. We did that, and that's I appreciate. But other than that, everything that is said in there, the scriptures, the vibe, the hypocrisy, I can't deal with that, so I got out of there, and that is why. So no hate to you, but I'm going to remind you every time, and I'm gonna be petty about it. And I love when people say you're wrong, and then they just say you're wrong.
Hey, listen, explain yourself. I'm sure some people won't be covering this portion. You know what I mean? Some of the Christian YouTubers, they're gonna have something to say about your little segment there. That's cool. People have
Christianity was in Africa before, but the one that they gave us to us was whitewashed. Okay, you can say that all you want, but all right. And I love it. People will be like, "Yeah, you're ignorant about it." If you say something like that I'm wrong or ignorant about it, at least explain yourself. Just saying that someone is ignorant when they got a point is very cowardly and very lazy. Explain yourself. Bring points. Bring something. Bunch of Walters. Bring it back to you. What do we have next?
Coconuts in Barbados.
Coconuts in Barbados.
God damn.
I don't even know what a Walter is. Right. Was that like him trying to refer to white people? Whatever. I do think that he's misinformed, and I do think because he has a large audience, he has the chance of misinforming other people. I truly do believe that, bro. But that's just my opinion. Tell me what yours is down in the comment section. Share the video as well. It's nasty as hell. Join my Discord. Yeah, that's crazy. This dude here. What's going on, guys? We're about to take a look at this video about this streamer called Nina Lynn, who's doing a lot of foul, nasty things. Let's get straight into it, bro. Let's get straight into it. And I'm gonna be honest, if I sound a little bit off my energy, is because I'm recording this during a live stream and made a massive mistake. So I'm trying to recover.
No, you're not. I'll tell you one thing. Can I tell you what happened? For real. They missing no money. Calm the down. No target is not losing no type of money from some state.
like Stable and like Ronaldo and Jason, but they're like woman haters. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so drunk right now, but no, like actually, like it's insane.
No. To no one's surprise, everyone's favorite nuisance streamer Jack Doherty is out here again, making the worst mayhem possible. Well, actually, it's not Jack Doherty. It's the female version of him, Nina Lynn, who I personally tried to go out of my way to not talk about because I feel like I've been spamming videos about her. But waking up and seeing everything she's done on my timeline, it's literally impossible not to, because she's been banned again for being a public nuisance, not only for people trying to work their normal jobs, like at a nail polish parlor, at a taxi service, but also going out of bounds and becoming a thief live on her stream and then mocking people after they were calling her out for this thing. That's not a smart decision to make. But I don't want to get too ahead of myself, so I don't want to start from the very beginning with how this all started in the first place.
I don't think I'm even going this year. With the whole going on, they're definitely not gonna let me go.
Yeah, what?
What? The whole
But you,
So?
what does that mean?
You're back. I am, but who knows?
Do you not know how many guys and streamers say homophobic done so much and they're still gonna go?
I feel like they just like bashing you more because
They
you're a
do.
girl.
They do. No, you know what? It's because they don't like outspoken girls.
Yeah.
They don't like
That's definitely not true. I do think that those guys are just saying whatever they think y'all want to hear so they could keep being in your favor. Like the start of this video, the dude compared her to Jack Doherty, who's another streamer that wows out and does a bunch of crazy things, right? And if I'm not mistaken, he got banned a few times, right? So, and that's a man. So it's not like everyone's just hating on you because you're a girl. You're doing a bunch of crazy things. You're being very aggressive towards men. You're physically touching people. So yeah, you're doing this to yourself. It's not just because you're a girl.
No. You need
And
to
you've
go.
done
Nina
more.
Lynn,
You've done
as you can tell from that
worse.
clip alone, is one of the most delusional people on the Twitch platform right now. For anyone who's unaware of who she is, the 5 of you watching this, she is a pretty popular IRL and desktop Twitch streamer who has been in a lot of heat recently for some of her terrible actions, consisting of SA, along with just outright being a complete nuisance because she is shifting her content to being a complete terrible person to any and everyone she can get around. And you can see examples of this when she went to a nail salon and was being disrespectful by cursing loud as possible while there are children around and their parents are politely asking her to stop. But she not only continues, but gets up and tries to make a public display and do it some more.
And the language that you're using in front of a 13-year-old, I don't appreciate.
this is a public space. I'm gonna let you know that right now. This is a public space, you know, so.
Well, and we wait our turn like grown-ups.
No,
In a
100%.
public space.
And I'm just letting you know that, you know, sometimes you can also ask, hey, would you like to please use normal language in front of my daughter? That would have been great too.
I think in a public space, we kind of have an
I mean,
understanding.
I'm not gonna lie, that wall is blocking up my kids.
Well, I appreciate you cleaning it up now.
Oh, of course. You know, everything has to be It's like the most parent argument.
Nah, she just wants her peace. And you're sitting here being obnoxious and filming her and her daughter. Like, I understand the frustration.
1, 2.
Sir, do not be recording.
I'm just
It's just me. That's it. We got no one else.
And she's lying.
We can't do that either.
Yeah.
She's blatantly lying.
2.
It's not just you.
Oh, we had to.
And why are you doing? What is this? You go to a nail salon to do pelvic thrusts in front of everyone and then lie and say that you're not recording when you are recording everybody?
Right, we had to do that. Yeah, right.
One, this isn't a super public space. It's not like she's out here recording on the sidewalk or just randomly in the street or in like a park or something. But there's no real expectation of privacy. It actually is a recording in an establishment where someone is just making a simple request to not curse in front of a child, which would be a simple thing for most normal people. But apparently Nina Lynn had a problem with her tone and the way that she said it. So of course she had to rebuttal her, call her not only a Karen, but also go out of her way to make a public display by cursing some more and outright lie to the other people around them that are actually just trying to work. She politely asked, hey, can you not record me? And she immediately lied as if she can see what the camera is seeing and said, oh, you're not being recorded. It's all right. And then the guy finally zoomed in after extremely cropping their faces and showing their faces for a good amount of time so that people could already see them. It's such weird behavior. It honestly makes you wonder why she is shifting her content to this style, because it's not like it's just this incident in a vacuum. There's actually more stuff that happened where she went out and disrespected a taxi driver because she didn't like the way that he treated her after she came up to him and tried to shove her hand in his car.
Here, maybe I'll take the wrapper off for them. Kind of crazy, I ain't gonna lie. That looks crazy. Hello, over there. Your tea. Oh. Wait, my hand. Yo, what the f*** is it? Yo, bro, what the f*** is wrong with you, bro?
He don't know you. And you're sticking your hand in his car with something hot in your hand. Like, what? How can you not understand why he would be worried? Get your hand out his face with the tea. And they're like, you need a little bit more explaining before you just throw tea in his face.
Are you? Yo, he's dead about to put my hand in that, bro. Yo, you might be, bro. Are you good in the head?
Fight?
Are you good in the head?
Why are you trying to argue? Just walk off. Yo, you're tripping. I don't got enough time for that.
Come out
at all.
Car. No, come out the car. Come out the car. Come out the car. No, that. Yo, bro, come out the car, bro. Come out the car. Come around. Come out the car.
Yo, this
come
is
out the
crazy.
car. Pull up. Hey. Pull up the
He's
car.
really trying to fight him.
Come out the car, bro.
You, a random person that this taxi driver does not know, came up to his car, banged on his window. He's probably expecting you to ask to take you somewhere, ask for a fare. Then you shove your hand into his car with an item he doesn't know, he can't understand. God only knows what you could possibly be doing, because that item could quite literally be anything in the world. He obviously gets scared and tries to close the window, and you're yelling at him as if he is the idiot in this situation, which makes no real sense to me. How could she possibly not understand that maybe a random person doesn't want another random person shoving their hand into their car? Stop right there. That's already kind of crazy. And then add on top of the fact that she has an item which he cannot probably make out because it is dark at that time, and now you makes it 10 times worse because you could possibly be trying to cause harm to this person, and he obviously just doesn't want that to happen. Yet she is going to berate and go off on him as if he is the problem in this situation, and it's not her being crazy and trying to do this good deed in her eyes by giving him some sort of latte, and he doesn't even want it and tries to drive off. Yet she berates him some more, making on not only his front window, but also going to the other side where he is actually sitting at and banging on that window as well, asking him to get out so she can fight him. It makes no sense. And a normal person is not going through any of this and thinking logically and understanding where the guy's coming from. Yet Nina Lim obviously is not able to do that. And she continues to go on her nuisance path by obviously shoplifting on stream.
It might really be GG's gang. This right here is crazy.
Yeah, she just stole that. She just stole that. I'm seeing her put like the less expensive item on top of the more expensive item and then just scanning that and putting it in. Yeah, she's definitely stealing.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. This really about to be $30.
She stole the steak. Straight up stole the steak.
Really about to be $30. No way.
She's nasty as hell for that. The worst part is she's doing this on live stream, right? How many kids are going to watch her and go, okay, I should be doing the same thing? She just taught me how to steal. Right? There's going to be a plethora of people saying that. It's pretty nasty. Hey, what's up, Biggs? How you doing?
What? Hey guys, sub up. Way too poor for this. You know, way too poor for this. Way too poor for this.
We're regardless of what you feel, regardless of what you think of Nina, I want you to know she does have viewers. She does have people that like her. She does have people that tune into
She has
her
enough
content.
money.
So she's actually a pretty well-paid streamer who does content and other varying styles like YouTube along with TikTok. She has enough money to pay for this food. Yeah, it's going out of her way to shoplift that, and no one understands why. It makes no real sense. And for some of you out there that might be sitting there thinking, like, obviously this is just rage bait.
Yeah, she did that just to do it because she had money for it. I said, just because you claim to be an influencer doesn't mean you should be influencing. Facts. Because that's blatantly what she's doing.
Actually, shoplifting. How are you
With
falling
no
for this?
care. Like, she has not a care, a single care in the world. She's just doing it.
It's pretty nasty. Who went and slowed down the footage to really make sure she was not only shoplifting, but she was doing it live on stream for any and everyone to see, as if that's not an actual crime.
Being thorough is you're being debunked, man. She goes to scan it, then doesn't scan it. Takes the item back, then lumps a stack of a butter and sirloin steak, which the barcode is at the back. Like I said, it is on the black part of the back, not in the front. Then puts both.
Yeah, she saw
and the
that.
cameraman hides the camera during the first scan right here, so that we cannot see the items being scanned and put back.
Yeah, she did. Is that a picture of this dude from Dexter? Nah, that's a detective right there. That's a real detective.
Into the bag. But then you think, oh, maybe it's a mistake.
Obviously did it, but
then the second one, this is not a picture. This is a different stack. This is a completely sirloin steak.
That's not
Does
even
the same thing. Butters it up again.
Like a
scans
gal, my
the
mom.
butter once, one beat, puts both items. $60 fraud. Explain it to me.
that is called ticket switching. Using a cheat barcode over something expensive can also be saved in the True Fusion system for review. I'm going to call her target transactions tomorrow using her Unicoin link to her debit card.
She faked that she was
Yeah, she
switching the
stole
tag,
that.
but she's scanning it again. Or she's getting both.
That's
I want you to
nasty.
know she did this with two different items. She did that originally with the butter and the meat, as you saw in that first clip, and then this second clip
She took the steak for sure. I think that's what that was, a steak.
where SQC is slowing it down, trying to see what she did. She did this with a pair of gloves and a pair of boots, where she scanned the gloves again instead of scanning the actual boots. And honestly, it doesn't make any real sense why she is doing
Boots type expensive too. So I went to try to get some new shoes recently. No dice.
this. Again, she has enough money to pay for both of these things. This is Target. This is not Balenciaga. She's going to be able to pay for this stuff. And again, doing this live on stream as if that isn't already weird as it is. I mean, you're literally committing a crime on stream. I don't know what she expected. But since all this backlash that she's getting from people like me, people like SQC, or just normal people on Twitter who are actually calling her out for all of this weird behavior and the way she is becoming another Jack Doherty, another old Neon, a complete nuisance to people around
Said
her.
old
She
Neon.
decided to talk crazy on all of us and say we're actually the problem. And it's
Casanat used to do that too. I don't think he did it live streaming though. I think he used to do like pranks, but he would just be messing with people. He totally changed his life after that.
literally gloating about shoplifting at Target as if that makes you some sort of guru or like good person for doing that.
Oh no, he's wilding. I'm telling you, bro, even if it was the stakes, bro, ain't nobody missing no money. Calm down. No, Target is not losing no type of money from some stakes. Stakes. I don't give a matter of fact, put this on Twitter too. Your mom's a
So you admitted to stealing the steaks. So you admitted it. It ain't even speculation no more. Hold on, let me play this nasty song real quick for her.
Yeah. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name. You
My bad. My bad.
happy holidays. All you good. Put that on Twitter. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. Put that on Twitter. I bet you won't. I'll go. Holidays. Yo, like, I don't give a hold on. Oh, matter of fact, you want to make a news? I got these from Target too, guys. Look, I got these from Target too. Guess how much I paid? $3.99. Get that.
Nasty. And then she brags about it. Yeah, this is nasty work. Super nasty work. She got kid followers, guys. Like, this is like most of the streamers that be doing this, they have like a Trojan fan base. The kids don't know it's fake, right? If they are faking to do stuff like that. They're doing real stuff. It ain't fake. So the kids are gonna imitate the real stuff and then do this dumbass stuff, but then claim that it's fake like these streamers are.
When people started calling her the new Jack Doherty, I had some questions, I had some problems myself. It's like there's no way she could be on the same level as someone as.
She might be worse than Jack Doherty, bro. She might be, because she's using the shield of I'm a woman. So you can't like really check her on it. You can't say anything, tell anything. She's gonna be like, you just saying that because I'm a girl.
Jack, there's just no way. But amidst all this controversy, amidst all the people pointing at her and telling her to just take accountability of not only these actions, but her past actions as well, and her response to all of that is just being more of a nuisance, laughing, pointing at chat, cursing, talking crazy, as if she is just caught up in this virality.
She's super
what else
tough.
can you possibly call her? She's turned herself into another nuisance streamer who finds the good in being viral no matter what, going out and causing a complete scene to the point of even shoplifting and laughing about it and hoping that people on Twitter clip it and post it everywhere because that's how people are going to talk about her. No one genuinely is interested in her content, especially if all your content is going out and being a complete terrible person to
she's using it as a marketing ploy.
any and everyone around you. That's just weird. And I feel like anybody that's putting this or even tuning into this is also a part of the problem. You have to hold her accountable, like Twitch has finally, by banning her after these dumb actions. But before she ended up getting banned, she was out there running with Wendy Ortiz and some other people and ran into an altercation with a person that was out there being upset about them going out and causing a complete scene.
Am I okay? No, I'm not okay.
Do you know that other person?
And you know what? I know that, like, I work around here, and, like, y'all are affecting my livelihood.
No, what's your
affecting, what is my issue?
She just told you what the issue was.
Y'all are
She just told you what the... when someone asks what the... She's trying to imitate someone from the hood. When someone from the hood start asking you what's the problem or what's up, and they're taking their stuff off, they're about to commence in a beat down. Almost 100% for sure. So you need to start preparing yourself. You're doing this because she's telling you, hey, I work around here. You're kind of ruining it for me, especially with my job. And you feel like you want to fight her now? She's wilding. This is too much back to back.
And you're causing so...
But I'm seeing her subscribers go up, though. They're rewarding her for being an idiot. That's some of that ice Poseidon. I don't know why these live streamers don't research. If you look at the history within your field, right? History almost for certain repeats itself. If you're going to go the ice Poseidon route, look at where he at now. That nigga's streaming on some site that I've never even heard of. Right? Or maybe he's back on Kick or something like that. He's not what he used to be. Let's just leave it there. Because he was doing stuff like, well, without him trying to be aggressive, but stuff like this. He was being a public nuisance.
Did you own this one? Do you own this one?
Do I know? No.
What's the issue? No, what's the issue?
Issue?
You pressing me for no reason. What's the problem? Are you good?
Wow.
Yeah, hey, on camera.
What's up?
I'm surrounded by you wear. No, she's not.
There's mad people. There's one of her. He told me now she's acting like a victim. There's a bunch of you with cameras surrounding her. Like this, that's supposed to be tough.
And I am livelihood.
Oh,
and I work these restaurants, and like what you come out here is very
No, it's not.
Just walk away. Even the person who's like standing up at this point, just leave. Just leave. It's no good that could come from this. They're not listening. This one's trying to be more aggressive, even though she's not about that. She's not about that. Like, that's just facts. She ain't about that life. I can guarantee that.
No, with your cameras.
Ma'am, you might be out of your mind. You might need some water, gang. You might need some water.
I'm a sober
Because you know you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. I'll tell you one thing.
What happened?
For real. on, bro.
Now in this clip, Nina Lynn is out with some other streamers, that being Wendy Ortiz along with Johnny, who is DDG's former cameraman, and some other notable people around her. And this random lady is just outside waiting for them because they were apparently causing a scene in her eyes. She wanted to tell them off, originally just saying that and then letting them walk away. But then when Nina Lynn came out, she was actually following them. So I can't give full blame to just Nina Lynn in this situation, even though I do think she took it overboard to the point of having to be dragged away. This lady is obviously intoxicated in some way and is berating them in a way that makes them upset. Walk away and be a normal person, not interact with her. Even if you do have a cool going back and forth, they obviously see they're going to get a clip out of it and then end up walking away. While everybody else is out just trying to move around her, trying to walk away and trying to leave, Nina Lynn is taking it to the biggest extreme possible, threatening her multiple times, telling her that she needs to go and drink some water, saying this and that about her, and finally being drugged away by somebody else, which I think should have just ended the altercation right there. Y'all both are completely in the right. Y'all are all causing a scene now by just arguing back and forth, and if y'all just walk away, all of this will basically never have happened. But obviously that's not possible in the new streamer land. They have to go for the most viral, most crazy thing possible. Just walking away during that altercation wouldn't happen. So obviously after being dragged away, Nina Lynn decides to come back and berate this lady some more to her face for no real reason in my eyes.
And I used to work too. Stop.
I used to work.
You so very
Who's being mean? Nobody's being mean to you. Yo, she wants to play the victim so bad. Yo, I swear to God, she's a Karen. She's a Karen Big Boss. You want this so bad.
Y'all
suck on it. We're horrible. We call you horrible. No one said anything. Ma'am, did we not walk by you just now? We said something nice to you.
So leave.
Hey, lady. You said, bet you don't want no smoke. Now you want smoke.
Bet you don't want no smoke? Like, what? I hate this. This is like the Aquafina effect. Like, you just pretending to be a character, bro, fooling people. Just because you from New York don't mean you from the street. But you're pretending to be that for these cameras to try to get your subscribers up.
What's your problem?
I don't understand what you're saying.
What's your problem? Because you're dumb.
No, because I don't know.
Because you're speaking in
well,
slang.
again, I feel like I can't put the full blame on Nina Lynn. I feel like her going back and forth after being drugged away or after the entire group is trying to walk away from this person does make it pretty weird because she's being the loudest out of all of them. They're making jokes talking about something they're going to have to carry Nina away because she just keeps going back and forth with this person. Is being unnecessarily rough with her language and just going out of her way to make a moment that doesn't need to be one. They could have just ended right there. And of course, she begins to go back and forth with her some more. And I feel like this altercation could have just ended way sooner if we had just acted like adults, everybody in this situation, and just walked away like normal people would. But since that didn't happen, obviously they got another clip about it out. They have more and more people bashing Nina Lynn. And after all this stuff, again, Nina finally got banned, which was well deserved. After everything I showed you, you could just tell she's putting her content in a direction where she's going to cause harm to any and everybody that happens to be around her, doing anything for a clip and just using people as props that are trying to live normal everyday lives and do their job. But obviously have to be affected by her trying to get some content off, which just shouldn't be something that's happening. And because a bunch of people are berating her and talking bad about her, obviously we have to have her friends go out of their way to try and defend her when she's even in undefensible situations. And that comes from Wendy Ortiz and some of her collective being upset at Stable Ronaldo along with Jason Oween because of this clip.
Lynn refuses to apologize for shoplifting at Target.
It's bad.
If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
I think everybody is on the same page.
I've hated her since she stepped on my car and thought it was funny.
That was a sign.
Wow.
They say a female Jack Doherty, man.
She's probably worse, bro.
Okay, no, actually, like I used to put them so hard, like Stable and like Ronaldo and Jason, but they're like woman haters. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so drunk right now, but no, like actually, like it's insane.
No, yeah, like that doesn't mean
woman haters because they trying to hold you accountable. They're woman haters. He wouldn't let me step on his car.
Also, like, Nina didn't steal anything. Like, actually, like...
Yes, she did.
She paid for everything she went through. She goes to the store, she spends $500 on groceries just because she loves us. Why wouldn't she pay for something that was like $20?
It was
literally just... It's on camera.
No, literally, like... So, if people out there want to say this, it's not true.
Insane.
It's not true.
She didn't steal.
She didn't steal. That's our girl.
Actually, that's
we gonna ride for her.
Yeah. Guys, and why are you guys talking about all the money that she spent on the angel tree today? Yeah. Guys, she gives back to the community. So I.
Ronaldo.
I kind of watch him sometimes, but
no, but that's
she didn't steal. She didn't steal.
No, okay.
She didn't steal.
You said 9 to 5 was harder than streaming.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I already showed y'all the slowdown breakdown from XQC showing that she definitely did shoplift. I already showed y'all the other
9 to 5 is harder than streaming. I will say streaming is not easy, or if you put it under the umbrella of content creation, yeah, it's not easy. There's a lot of things that you have to deal with that you don't have to deal with if you was to just get a 9 to 5. A lot of people quit being a content creator so they can go just get a 9 to 5 because that's probably more stable, right? But if you're just talking about like what's physically more demanding, a 9 to 5, obviously. Yeah, I ain't crazy. This is definitely not as backbreaking as construction when I did it, or when I was a bouncer. Right, this is easier physically, but there's certain things that you have to deal with that you're not going to have to deal with if you just work the regular job. She gives back to the community, so stealing is okay. That's insane. That's straight crazy. She gives back to the community. That's what they said, right? They tripping.
The clips of her being rude to that taxi driver, her cursing up a storm while being inside a store where a child is there, her even going back and forth with a person when it's unnecessary. You bring up the fact that she did angel tree shopping does not eliminate all of that. This might be a revolutionary concept for some of you, but bad people can do good things from time to time. I know it might sound crazy, but just because she went out and bought some kids some toys does not take away from the fact that she is being a weirdo, and that's genuinely very nice. That's a good thing to do. Angel tree shopping should definitely be encouraged more, but she is still a public nuisance. Doing this one good deed or doing this good deed here and there isn't eliminating her being a public nuisance to people around her, isn't eliminating her shoplifting, which we all saw, and isn't stopping her from being a complete weirdo and going off on people, not accepting accountability for the bad things that she has done. At no point in time are y'all even holding her accountable a little bit, so she's going to continue on to do these bad things because she sees that people around her are still going to support her. She sees that her chat's still going to support her. So we didn't have people like Twitch stepping in and banning her, or people like SQC or any other commentators that are actually holding her accountable. She will probably continue doing these things as if there's no
Goddamn. My mic wasn't muted for that long, right? All right, I was saying the way Twitch. No, I was about to be so tight again. We about to have to re-record this again. Nah. Twitch has a lot of favor, or they treat certain females better than the male creators over there. If they do a lot of wrong things, they gonna get in trouble. Like they'll ban you for one day, if that. So I don't know. She might not be banned forever.
Real issue with them when there is nothing fun about that, and there is nothing cool about that. SQC himself, after watching some Nina clips recently, even pointed that out. That being a public nuisance streamer is just weird.
I mean, this is why IRL pretty much, in my opinion, died. Because then everybody just decides to become like a public nuisance or whatever. Like people think being a nuisance is like funny or con whatever, but it really damages landscape for everybody else. Like, and I hate to be a can about this, but it's just what it is. Being a nuisance is so gosh darn annoying. You gotta read the room, little buddy. Read the room. What? A nuisance, man. It's just being somebody. You're just being somebody.
Annoying everybody.
Like, or people have to like.
I hate that. Like even people that don't stream, right? Like if I'm on public transportation, I hate when kids get on there. These niggas is annoying. They are, my God, so loud. They talking across the damn bus or train. Nigga, I gotta hear your conversation. They pulling phones out and playing music. They filming TikToks and shit on a crowded. But like, I hate these little niggas. Like, I really, I'm officially an old man because the boy is that annoying. Like, if you play your phone, like music from your phone out loud publicly, you ain't shit. Like, why? What is it? What purpose does that serve? Nigga, that's not even on a speaker. Speaker's worse, but like you just walking around blasting, everyone gotta hear you.
go around and say, don't do this. Don't do that. Like you're a child, dude.
It gets to a point where it gets so annoying that it's going to affect every other content creator who is not doing what she is doing. At a certain point, IRL streaming is just not going to be able to be a thing because we have people like Nina Lynn who are going around being disruptive to any and everyone they can get around, and it causes more and more people to not want to have streamers or even content creators anywhere near their businesses. And what makes it even worse is you can look at Nina's past instances with Silky's assistant and her response coming back. Now, she just does not care about any of this that's going on. She cares about being viral. She cares about getting views. And at the end of the day is going to do anything in pursuit of that. And was already called out before of just not being able to take accountability and apologize by Lacey.
Why can she not just be a semi-decent human being, accept fault, say that she was wrong, and apologize instead of being like petty and making jokes about it? And like, I don't understand. I don't understand. If you do something wrong, whether you meant bad intentions or not, which she did, you apologize, you own up to it, and you try to become better. But instead,
well, that's if you are a genuine person. Like, I don't feel like you have to come online and apologize or whatever, right? I feel like a lot of that's fake. You would just try to be a better person. Apologize to the people that you actually did affect. Right, but if you said something and people get offended, who cares? I don't give a damn about that.
I saw she like said like, oh, it's a vacation, and then she said some about it being embarrassing, and now she's like making jokes about it, and like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, get her off the platform, please. Let her go to Rumble or Kick or something.
Nina Lynn is a perfect example of somebody that doesn't deserve to have a platform. The more and more she comes out and does things, and the more and more she responds to it in a disingenuous way, just shows you.
Yeah, I do think that she's nasty. Say she don't deserve a platform. Whoa. I'm not going to be screaming to cancel anybody or to get anyone off anywhere, but I don't think she's meant to be a creator. Right? I don't think this is the job for her. But people might call me crazy. They might be like, nigga, she got way more numbers than you. True. That's facts. But I'm not really selling my soul and just doing a bunch of crazy things to try to get clicks. I'd rather try to build from scratch. But tell me what you think down in the comment section. Hit the like button, share the video, and hit the hype button if you want what's going on. Y'all sent me this topic, and I think it's from the Quarterman. Let's just see what's going down. Check it out.
Well, there's definitely been a lot of back and forth between creators and the super huge monopoly that is YouTube. But one YouTuber did the impossible. They were banned by YouTube's absurdly incorrect, error-filled AI moderation system, which is only backed up by a bunch of people in India who are allowed about 8 seconds to make a decision, from what I'm told. They were banned, and they...
Yeah, I ain't gonna front. Some of the AI, when it comes to talking to YouTube, is trash. Nigga, I've gotten strikes for nothing before. And literally hit him up like, yo, I got proof this is fake. And we're like, what? They ain't trying to hear that. It's because you're not talking to an actual person. Talking to AI.
They sued YouTube. And get your likes ready, because they won. But that's not where the story ends. Thus far, after losing this landmark case, which could affect almost every banned YouTuber ever, they have refused to reinstate his channel. This is one of the most bizarre twists I've seen in a while. Let's take a look at this once I actually get the stupid article on the screen, because I'm totally professional and I definitely don't one-take everything like a clown. Okay, there we go. Let's make this a little smaller. All right. Now, by the way, thanks everyone for heading over to coffeebrandcoffee.com, hitting the Christmas gifts.
Sell his damn coffee.
Promo code holiday.
I need to start doing promo. Check out my merch. If the link is even up. I don't be promoting myself at all. Nigga, I need to start. I do. Sign up for memberships.
And you'll find the link on the top. YouTuber remains banned despite defeating YouTube in lawsuit over AI banning channel. A popular automotive YouTuber who defeated YouTube in a legal battle over his channel being terminated is still trying to fight to get it reactivated. Avoiding channel strikes and termination is something that pretty much every YouTuber strives to do. However, there have been a number of situations recently where content creators believe they've been struck down unfairly by YouTube's AI review systems. In the case of Olav Skander, a popular YouTuber who focuses on car content, his channel Car Chase was struck off back in November 2024. Months after it was demonetized by YouTube, he fought to get his channel remonetized and won. However, when November came around, YouTube then claimed his termination was for spam and deceptive practices and scam policies, which of course was untrue. He filed a legal case back in March of this year and had an independent legal body rule that the strike was in fact not rightful. An independent legal body ruled the YouTube was in the wrong. The best part, YouTube defended itself.
So give him his damn channel back. Like, what's up? I've heard a lot of cases for people being wrongfully terminated, right? And then them taking like 30 years to try to reinstate your channel, bro. Like, I had a friend that their channel was dope. They was killing it, huge audience. And then they wrongfully got their channel taken, right? And it's been years now. And I would hope that eventually that YouTube would see the light and give them their channel back.
During the process, but could not show how I violated anything. I won, and here's where it gets terrifying. My channel is still terminated. The content creator posted on X, formerly Twitter. We're going to take a look at his post. What's wild is I'm sure that, the money it cost him to sue YouTube will never compare to the money it cost to that he will, he'll probably won't make any of that money back, which is a bummer. But what's cool and why I respect Chase Car so much is that, this will set precedent for other YouTubers, much like when Ethan Klein had his fair use lawsuit with YouTube.
Yeah,
it will set a precedent for all other YouTubers who fight against this type of thing. I've been emailing YouTube's legal team for 4 months, bot replies, and complete silence. If they can do this to me after I won in court, what chance do other creators have?
Crazy.
I'm not giving up. I'm filing a complaint with the regulator to force YouTube to honor the decision. He has offered help. And
it's messed up, bro. He said like 4 months. Oh my gosh. Man, give this nigga his channel back, dude.
I sue other creators who have also had their channels terminated in recent months. In mid-November, YouTube issued a response to channels that have been caught up in a mass clampdown and had their content removed. They stated that there were no bugs or known issues with their moderation system and that all channels had been removed for, quote, low effort content. Yikes. I'm lucky I didn't get banned. But the story gets crazier. So here's his full details. I'm actually going to follow him, see if I can follow this story. I did what 99% of creators think is impossible. I legally defeated YouTube. How does YouTube react? They're pretending it never happened. Let me tell you a story that proves the system is rigged to crush creators even when you win a legal case and the law's on your side. June 2024, my channel Chase Car of 20,000 subs gets demonetized for reused content. I appeal. A human reviewer checks everything, my editing timeline, voiceover scripts. They email me saying, this is original content. You follow all guidelines. Monetization restored. I'm relieved. A human verified me. I'm safe for now. This actually happened to me with a podcast channel I had with Count Dankula and Bering, which is now basically defunct because, everyone had kids and no one has time. But they said that we were reused content when we clearly weren't. I then submitted an appeal, showed that we were not reused content, yet they still said, you're demonetized, you're reusing content. Even though
that happens a lot with shorts. All right, I remember the first time I started doing YouTube shorts, I got demonetized. I'm like, what the hell? It's a clip from my channel. They ain't trying to hear that. They wouldn't even tell me which short it was. So I ended up deleting all my content and having to start from scratch. And then I was able to get monetized again. And then when it came to the videos, I was using the same format. So it was definitely shorts, without a doubt. Something happened within YouTube shorts. So
every episode was unique. In November, just a few months later, I wake up to find my entire channel terminated. Same content, same videos, different results. Reason, spam, deceptive practices, and scams. But a human just cleared me months ago. Since I was verified by a YouTube employee, I knew my content was fine. I was creating EV news and car reviews that YouTube team had already accepted, yet the AI bot did not care. I appeal. Now, this is what a lot of people have a problem with. There was an instant rejection from the AI bot. The appeal process on YouTube, and this is why I'm asking Team YouTube to please pay attention. The appeal process on YouTube is actually, at least from what I can see, totally fake.
The appeal process is ass. That's facts. There's been times when I was in the right, bro. 100%. No way I did anything wrong. And that appeal got returned back within seconds. Like, nope, it still sticks. I'm like, nigga, it took me days to put all of this proof together. Got handwritten statements, all types of shit. Right? Just to make sure. And it was like, nope, it still stands. The heck was that?
Like, just totally fake. Every time I appeal a demonetized video, it gets rejected within mere moments. There is no chance that anyone could actually be taking a look at, and they make you, by the way, they make you spend all this time, explaining in depth, why you think your video should be good and all this stuff. And then they just immediately reject it. It's one of the most demoralizing things ever. I just stopped appealing stuff because I know that it's either getting sent to some Indian that just has a quota that says like, well, you're allowed to overturn X number of monetizations in a day, or they don't understand my content. But I can tell you for a fact, nobody is actually looking at this stuff based on my own 10 years experience on the platform. Most creators give up here, but as a European Union citizen, I have the opportunity to defend myself as a creator using European Union law. I filed a formal case, and the European Official Union Certified Dispute Body, case filed in March, July 23rd, decision arrives attached. The verdict: complaint is upheld. YouTube's determination was not rightful. YouTube failed to specify violating content, and my channel should be reinstated. An independent legal body ruled that YouTube was wrong. The best part, YouTube defended itself using the process, but at no point could show that I had violated anything, so I won. Here's what's terrifying. My channel is still terminated. I've been emailing YouTube's legal team for 4 months, bot replies and complete silence. I don't think anybody, like hardly anybody actually works at YouTube anymore. Like it just feels to me like
it's a lot of automation.
Nobody works at YouTube. That's what it seems like to me. Like, I mean, who are we even talking to? There's a Twitter account.
I ain't talking to no people, bro. So they gotta be AI. I don't know for sure, but the way they respond, nigga, it's the same way that AI be responding.
That's probably bots too, right? I'm not giving up. I'm filing a complaint with the Irish regulator to force YouTube to honor the decision. But I need your help. Please tag Team YouTube. You see all the evidence here. Again, this is something I talked about yesterday. 5 million channels removed for spam and misleading. Update: major news outlets are now reporting on this. This is insane. After winning the case, YouTube still refuses to reinstate and respond. Again, this guy is just a YouTuber. He just creates content on cars. Now, here's the loophole. Okay. The case against YouTube was filed under Ad Riot, an EU out-of-court dispute settlement body. While Ad Riot ruled that the channel should be reinstated, decisions by EU out-of-court dispute settlement bodies are in fact not legally binding, and YouTube can legally ignore the ruling. So this guy used the tools that he has to try and be reinstated. He won, as far as I'm concerned. And Team YouTube is just ignoring it. This AI stuff is bonkers. They're saying like, it's hilarious. Not actually. I'm on a 7-day ban currently on YouTube. When I peeled it, the manual review was done in less than a minute.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, that's exactly what happened to me. I'm sitting there like, nigga, what? How did y'all read all of that in 1 minute? I attached the mats. Yo, bro, I'm pulling up law documents. I'm going in. Because I was like, nah, I had enough of these strikes. And they was like, nah, it's going to stand.
YouTube is seriously falling apart, and it's impressive. That's my concern. YouTube is basically run by what it feels like 4 or 5 people, and 3 of them are in India, and their CEO is Indian in America. There's just no, nobody can figure out why YouTube views for basically every channel in my space have cratered, except for Tim for some reason. Tim, teach me your ways. Go look at Benny's channel, look at my channel, look at anybody in the space, Crowder's channel, although he doesn't really upload to YouTube anymore. It's not like people are less interested. It's just pushing AI slop on people. We talked about yesterday, meanwhile, there are videos that say, I start dabbling in lesbianism. I'm autistic. These videos are getting loads of views.
And that's fake.
Junk. None, bro. They're a $5 trillion monopoly. They won. Yeah.
No, I haven't seen crazy AI on all platforms. I've been seeing them on, I think y'all sent me some TikToks where it was like AI females asking for certain demographics. I'm like, what the hell? What was another one? On YouTube, there's a lot of these channels that's like giving advice. It is not a real person, bro. Like you even able to clone yourself and then have AI make a video where people think it's you, which is nasty work, but it's out here. So imagine someone that's like a regular creator like me having multiple channels, having to compete with AI that could have a whole video done in like 1 minute. It's getting tough, man. AI is attacking, and not even AI, just technology in general is attacking all jobs, right? 9 to 5. If you in the warehouse, nigga, they about to make it real difficult for you, because it's going to be somebody that just presses a button and the machine does exactly what you're doing. And it's even worse for creators, whether it's music or videos, man. It's going to be real hard for us.
I mean, that's basically it. That's the danger of the monopoly. That's why, I'm always promoting alternatives. That's why I tell people, I have a channel on the Mean Green website that you can't even mention on this platform. There's a reason there's 330,000 followers there. It's not uncommon for, me to get 12 to 25,000 views. Rumble leans a little more political. So there's, more political, but 23,000 views, 57,000 views, 21, 24, it is absolute.
I forgot I even had a Rumble. I forgot. I gotta check that joint. I might have it auto set to like upload whatever content.
Bonkers. How much thirst there is for alternatives, but they control the keys. They control the advertisers. They have all the money. So normie YouTubers don't want to go to other platforms, which are primarily political, and rely more exclusively on viewer support. And this is sad. It sounds like it's just a car channel. Like, this dude should be reinstated, and they're just ignoring it. Now, I understand it's an EU court, blah, 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 blah. But still, like, just reinstate this guy. I mean, it's clear his channel's not spam. So best of luck to you, Chase Car. I've done what I can do. Hopefully my viewers will share the message, and we'll talk to you all again real soon.
Yeah, man, that's some bull crap. Just give him his damn channel back, bro. Give him his channel back. Let that man live his life. But tell me what you guys think down in the comment section. Shout outs to the quartering. Even reacting to him. Got people crying in my damn chat. But shout outs to him, man. He covered that well. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments. Hit the hype button or the like button. Hit both. What's going on, y'all? Check out this video about 21 million channels getting banned. What? 21 million. It's from the quartering. Let's get it straight.
Everyone, Jeremy here from the quartering. And well, if you weren't paying attention over the weekend, YouTube has just removed about 21 million channels. That's right, 21 million channels deleted in just a few days, apparently. And I just don't know how you can remove this level of channels with any kind of oversight, any kind of insight. And there is, in fact, a major problem going on. And it is that apparently YouTube is using some set of rules to automatically ban creators, and it is getting it wrong so often that we don't even know how many of these channels were legitimate and just didn't even notice or weren't big enough to complain on Twitter. It really is odd. And I have a video later, actually, maybe Tuesday, about some data that Mr. Beast's operations manager shared that really explains why YouTube is trying to destroy longer form videos and force
I need to see that.
short.
I 100% need to watch that. Like, I need to step my game up when it comes to YouTube knowledge in general. Right? I feel like that's very important when it comes to this.
Style, goldfish content on everybody. And it's not, the future is not bright for your boy. I'll tell you that much. But for now, it's Cyber Monday. I have these hilarious meme Trump cookbooks that you guys have seen. I have 75 bundles left. I discounted them even further, and they're available at thequartering.com/shop. Right here, you get them for $49 for all three. I've got 75 available. The perfect gift. Help pay for my wife's surgery, help pay for AmFest. YouTube uses AI systems to terminate channels. The most of the false terminations during the years happen in Q4, October through December. Here's the reason. Creators' revenue is significantly higher in the fourth quarter due to a major surge in advertising spend by companies during the holiday season. When a creator is terminated, they do not receive the money that they have already earned.
Yeah.
YouTube just might be robbing creators. Again, when you're banned, you do not get the money that you are owed or have previously earned. Now, here's what they showed.
So if you got thousands in there and then YouTube just keep that. That's them. That's all them. There's a bonus. That's fucked up. Is what. My bad. No, that's messed up. That's messed up.
Here's quarter 4, months included, relative revenue index, approximate average. So you can see these are banned channels according to this directory. Months included, relative revenue index 50 to 70. Then April through June is 80 to 100. July to September is about the same. October, November, December, revenue is double. Now, I will say this year, it has not been that way for me. I don't know why. I've said that I feel some sort of way about the economy, but it definitely has not doubled for me. But in every previous year, revenue October, November, December is, I would say, at least 75% higher. It's a big deal. And revenue is so much lower in January. That's why a lot of creators would take January off. So if you look just in 2024, total channels removed during quarter 4 of last year, 4.8 million. In quarter 4 this year, 20.5 million channels.
Damn.
20.5 million channels removed in the last. It's only December 1st. That at this rate, which means it's 4 times higher, that number is probably going to be 25 million by the end of the year. I just don't understand. And if you look at some of this other day, people are reporting that YouTube is now blocking entire families for channel evasion if even one channel is deleted, even if they don't have a channel just for watching. You see this. Is YouTube starting to ban entire households now? These screenshots worry me. One channel in a home gets removed, and suddenly everyone connecting to the same house seems to be at risk. Brothers, sisters, kids, parents, roommates. Even accounts that were only used to watch YouTube are now getting terminated for, quote, circumvention, ban circumvention. And according to YouTube's own policy, if one channel is removed, the creator can never create, use, or own another YouTube channel again, ever. But now I'm starting to wonder, if that's the rule, what happens when multiple people or creators live under one roof? Because YouTube's automated system really can't tell who the difference is. Now you see this.
They gonna ban
YouTube blocked my channel because my brother's channel was deleted for spam. Now, what these people aren't saying is if they were under the same login, like if they had one channel, like for example, I have one email.
They had different brand channels underneath. So that's the thing that you could do on YouTube. Then yeah, if one gets banned, they all get banned. That would be the same. But if they're saying that just because you live in the same household as a creator, if they get banned, you get, oh, that's nasty. That's worse than Netflix. Charging for every household, huh?
Well, and that is actually for my quartering channel, as well as my Jeremy Hambley channel, as well as. So if any of those channels get banned, they're all linked back to the same channel anyway. So they will get banned. So what we don't know is, this says YouTube just now, another member of my family suffered the inhumane circumvention on her new channel with almost 9,000 subscribers. And almost 600 subscribers was also affected by this wrong policy. I don't know, what this is there's multiple more examples. And what the other stuff that's interesting is, look, AI is going to be a thing, it's going to be part of our future. It's going to continue to bleed views off channels like mine and others out there. But there's no real system for fixing it when they get it wrong. And you see YouTube now getting rocked by community notes over their banning of numerous channels using AI moderation. Curling up with a blanket and some snacks to watch a 2-hour breakdown of the 3-hour movie you just watched. And community note, I hope the channels that make those breakdowns will still be around in the future. YouTube is massively removing channels without adequate explanation thanks to its inefficient AI moderation, and it's extremely difficult to recover once this happens. The situation is critical.
Because you knocked out the algorithm. You would have to start from scratch. You would have to start from scratch. They already take you out the algorithm for less things. So imagine that. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. Hey, what's up, Blue? How you doing? What's up, Ren? How are you?
About this one. If you ever posted a YouTube tutorial on anything, you deserve a gold star. Community note. YouTube has falsely terminated dozens of tutorial channels in late 2025 alone, wiping out 1 million plus sub creators, 13-year archives, and 40,000 sub channels overnight with 0 human review or appeals. YouTube is removing educational cybersecurity videos. So, quick update on your appeal. We brought you to our policy time. They confirmed that the video violates harmful and dangerous content policy, and the original decision is upheld. And the video here is obviously not. It's a cybersecurity video. 41,000 likes. There is a massive ban wave. Here's Sargon of Akkad. This is the third unjust channel termination I've seen just this morning from Team YouTube. What is going on? Has AI been given the ability to delete channels instead of referring them to human moderator? Yes, that's what's happening.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. And they're doing whatever is I guess, more sufficient for spending less money, right? Because at the end of the day, YouTube is still a business. Still a business. So them coming on here and telling you some bull crap as if they're not going to do whatever is most, I guess, effective for making more money would be crazy. Right? So, of course, there's going to be bots talking to you and handling terminations. They need to fix that. They need to fix that ASAP.
Channel final verdict. I'm officially 90 days banned for something I didn't do, and there's still no explanation. 90 days ago, I woke up and found on my YouTube a channel of 40,000 subscribers, true crime documentary channel, got banned for circumvention. And YouTube. Now, again, is it possible sometimes people are lying and they really are ban evading? Yes, of course. It's possible. See how many mistakes is that now? It seems like every other day I hear YouTube is saying sorry for something. This is the referring to Eric Parker. I find it oddly amusing that YouTube will remove one of my videos for no good reason roughly every 90 days, so I'm always at one strike. This has been the secondary effect of making the warning never expire. Of course, YouTube says, oopsie doopsie. Here's the actual community note.
Oopsie doopsie.
Very happy to see you getting slammed, YouTube. for your blanket banning policies with no clear description. I mean, I'm guessing that, unless somebody at YouTube reaches out to me and says like, oh, we found out that these are all like Indian accounts that are, scamming or stealing content. Here's another one, Nani Josh. I'm devastated. A heartbreaking news for every creator. My original animation channel was terminated for spam or scam on November 13th. Despite every video being 100% created by me, modeling, rigging, animation took 2 to 4 days.
I've seen them do that with animation channels in video games. If you're playing games, they'll try to hit you with that.
Days each. My appeal was, of course, rejected in under 5 minutes. I desperately request a proper human review. My content is original, not spam. My channel is my career, and it's been terminated and destroyed wrongly. My life's work is gone while thieves use my content. Stay up. 650,000 subs, and the whole work disappeared overnight. Yikes. Now, obviously, this is the part where I say you got to have, a site on, you got to make sure you have a channel over on the Mean Green website and X and everywhere possible. But it doesn't replace the revenue overnight. That's not how this works. Like, yeah, you can have a Rumble channel, but unless your viewers are donating significant sums to you, it's not going to automatically, at least currently, replace what you were earning on YouTube if you're a larger channel. Now, that's getting better nearly every single week. And I think at some point, if YouTube just keeps banning these people, there's going to be even more advertisers coming to new tech because, well, they have to get to actual people. Here's another one. That's it. YouTube has officially robbed me of my latest earning channel.
Wow.
My last earning channel. YouTube is coming for everyone, giving my channels back. 16 channels you guys demonetized in the last 48 hours.
Damn. And 16 channels? The hell was they doing? They only got like 7. This nigga must have been putting in work. He probably had a team.
I don't know why someone would have 16 channels, to be honest with you. But this is bad. It's
a lot of work.
This is, again, people are speculating a lot of reasons why this might be. But I can show you that, sure, it's getting banned, but they're also getting banned at like 400% the rate of last year. And as far as I can see, they're not actually addressing any of this stuff. There was some media hullabaloo in early November, but basically everybody shut up, probably because they also don't want to get banned. But, late October, early November was when they must have done the last big ban wave. 21 million channels in a month. You could tell me that, a bunch.
You see a lot of lawsuits that people couldn't afford it. Because remember, they just took their money too by doing that. Like a lot of these channels, if you didn't get paid yet, especially because YouTube pays you like this month for what you did last month. So if you didn't get whatever sum you had the previous month and they just randomly took your channel, you're done.
Of these were AI slop, and I believe you, especially with like shorts and everything. But you can't just roll this out and ban everybody when you don't have any other system of fixing the mistakes other than people screaming into the void on X and hoping you'll see it. And, part of the...
I would like to see a lot of people get these damn lawsuits going, because then YouTube will have to make a change. But if they don't got no money to do it, yeah, it's pretty jacked up.
The most frustrating part of this is their insane like fake review process. The fact that appeals are rejected within mere seconds means that no human is actually looking at it. And if a human they're just clicking decline everything. They're not actually looking through this. This is very, very bad. 2026 is going to be bad for creators. Unless you're an AI slop shorts channel, then YouTube wants to promote you, circumventing Creative Commons and just uploading television show clips and movie clips, because that's all I see in there. Hopefully they'll hear this message and they'll get this fixed, because the U in YouTube used to mean something.
Like, how them channels ain't getting hit? Like, I react to something on stream, my channel go down, son. It's happened multiple times. I see a bunch of these like AI slap channels putting out clips from YouTubers, movies, TV shows. I'm like, how the hell is their channel still up? They making mad money off of this. It's gonna be harder for the creators, bro. Tell me. But tell me what you think down in the comments section. Hit the hype button and the like button, all that good stuff. What's going on, guys? Let's check out this video about how Hasan said he quit. Bull crap. He ain't quit. Shout outs to more Pegasus.
How can I be okay? I hate all of you!
Welcome back to a series so rich, even Mr. Monopoly subscribed. In today's video, Hasan is crying over his horrible PR, still salty that he didn't win QT Cinderella Streamer Awards. He says he'll never win an award in his life again because of Israel. He's claiming he's simply too honest for his own good. Delusional.
I ain't trying to eat and talk at the same time, but I had to say something. Bam. Who give a damn about winning an award? I'm never getting an award for streaming. I think it's highly impossible the way I talk. But I don't care. My reward is the audience, me talking to you guys, no matter how many it is. I enjoy hanging out with y'all and checking out things and giving my honest opinion. As long as y'all keep accepting me for being me. I don't give a damn about no damn award. Who cares?
Gone on a 12-minute non-stop legendary.
I'm about to start an award show, nigga. We gonna start an award show called the Nasty Awards. Give them out. Who deserve a nasty award, nigga?
Crash out for the ages where he's calling out a subscriber for being too woke. He says he can't stand the purity checks and is giving up on socialism and communism. He then pulls up their chat logs and goes absolutely ballistic on them. The chatter rage baits him further, saying he's crashing out because he's too sensitive. He's once again crying about me, calling me a brain-breaking, thought-terminating slop-tuber. Rank #1 loser, Caseytron, continues her non-stop cry session. This time complaining about Asmin and calling everybody right-wing bots. Asmin responds exposing her past and how she hates him because he dated her more attractive competition streamer. Subscribe or you cry all day, every day, like Sir Diddles Piker III. You're cooked!
Let's up those numbers!
Now let's begin. Right, we're back with our daily Hasan crash out. Favorite part of my day, honestly. Here he talks about still being salty over the QT Cinderella Streamer Awards and the fact that he didn't get a nomination. Hasan talks about never winning a Streamer Award again and needing charitability.
You are just too brand friendly. Yeah, I'm so brand friendly that I know for a fact that I will never win another, Streamer of the Year award for the rest of my life post October 7, 2023. Going from being invited to every single one, and I don't even mean like a Cutie Cinderellas, I'm talking about all of the other ones. Being invited and being recognized in every single one, even though I'm the third most watched.
Cry me a river. Stop, bitch. Like, my bad. I'm not even trying to curse like that. Like, why are he crying? I'll give a damn.
Karen alert. Oh my. It's Karen. She coming. Get your stuff. Get your stuff.
Why are you sitting there crying? I don't care about no awards. Why do you? Nigga? This dude's crazy.
Twitch streamer in North America this year. I will never, ever, for the rest of my life, be invited to any of those events or institutions ever again since October 7th, 2023. I'm so brand friendly that I got blacklisted by AT&T and numerous large corporations. Anyway, aren't you getting one in Ireland next week? Yeah, but that's different. Yeah, speaking of which, I am going to Ireland next week. I talked to the boys, the Kneecap boys. I'm going to be hanging out with them. That's really fun.
You dead ass? You serious? Yeah, I'm not going to get him. I'm getting a different award next week, though. Get your tears out of my face. I don't want to hear it. Are you serious? And when they said that you were brand friendly, they were probably referring to Twitch. You're Twitch brand friendly. You dumbass.
And I'm very excited about that.
Right. Never winning a streamer awards again. I mean, okay, who actually cares? This man is such an absolute narcissist. Why do you give a shit about random dumbass award shows put on by your friends? I guess he wants approval for them or something, but he's really got to be the most miserable millionaire on the planet, because why don't you just enjoy your Hollywood mansion and your Dog Zapper 9000? I feel like that's enough to make a supervillain happy, but apparently he just needs the approval of everybody in the world. They need to worship us on here. And also, might I say, Kaya looks particularly depressed today. I don't know if you've been up in the voltage since your crash outs, but it's a possibility. Also, dude, there's just no way he's blaming it on October 7 in Israel again, bro. It's in my walls. It's in my cereal. Oh my God, it's all Israel's fault. And people only hate him because he's anti-Israel. No, Hasan, for the 5,000th time, it's because you thunderbolt your dog and you glaze terrorists more than Dunkin' Donuts glazes their donuts. Then he talks about why he's mad and how honest he is.
But the Ireland thing is different. That's like a humanitarian award. That's totally different. I need charitability from people that are in the margins, right? Because I have to convince them. Because I'm oftentimes explaining things from a perspective that they never heard before. The reality of the matter is when people have a negative association with me because they've been like geared towards clips that they've seen online and all this other stuff, like they don't actually approach what I have to say in a charitable manner. So the extent of
because you ain't got nothing to say worth value, just regurgitate whatever you hear from your woke ass audience, and even they getting sick of you. Even they had enough. They like, we can't stand this nigga. Why is he still here?
Which I care about, like collaborations or industry specific events that normalize my existence in this space. That's what I care about. Why are you giving your ops tips by breaking down your motivations like this? Do you think it just doesn't matter? They'll do it anyway? Yes, they will never stop. They'll continue doing it, and I'll continue doing what I'm doing. So it doesn't really matter. I have a policy of honesty no matter what.
Okay, come on. Now you're rage baiting. No. I refuse to believe this. He is specifically rage baiting me, I feel like. There's no way this man just said, I have a policy of honesty.
Nigga, when I ain't never seen this nigga be honest.
Come on, son.
Since when? When he turned honest? What this nigga? Wow.
Hasan Piker, the most honest person on the planet. Dude, I gotta print that quote and frame it on my wall. Hasan Piker, I have a policy of honesty. It's no longer opposite day, bro.
So
that
crazy.
was a long time ago. I don't know what you're doing here. You're giving me too much ammo. Also, please tell me I heard that wrong. Did this reject just say that he's winning a humanitarian award? Hello? Excuse me? For what? For only shocking animals and not shocking humans as well?
Crazy.
And you get an award for that?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a astronaut award, nigga. They were like, nigga, you an astronaut? No, I just got it. That's what that sound like.
And I feel like even that's doubtful considering the way Jellywig and iDubbbz act around you. You'd think they have the shock collar on, right? Whoever made that award needs to be fired ASAP. Tectone responds, I've never seen a millionaire be more miserable in my life. Literally any other person in the history of the planet, if you put them in Hasan Piker's position, they would be retiring and having the time of their life. Instead, he chooses to be like this. Nux says, after years of Hasan Piker denying the October 7 atrocities, he finally acknowledges the real victim, himself, every single time. Maybe just stop supporting terrorists and stop talking about Israel 24/7, and maybe treat your dog like an actual dog and don't shock her. Oh, and maybe don't make sexual passes at the host of the show. That too. We cannot forget that, because that was crass.
And he came in and he said, you can see my dick in this. And I said, Hasan, I'm not looking. And then he proceeded to hump the air and he said, look. And I said, I'm not looking.
That's crass.
Taylor Lorenz literally shoehorned him into some top influencer list this year. He's actually such a spoiled crybaby. Dude, that list was so ridiculous. They put Hasan Piker right next to Mr. Beast in terms of people who are influential. Are you kidding me? There's like 1 billion people between Hasan and Mr. Beast. In fact, I'm above Hasan considering YouTube views. I don't know. Buddy is not on that level no matter how wet Taylor Lorenz is.
He's unreasonably good looking and like cool and dresses cool.
Tell me about
Saint Hasan blacklisted for his...
Keep it in your pants. What the hell was that? Oh, was it who's they? There was about Hasan?
His stainless principles. Surely not for the gleeful takes that America deserved 9/11 or his hippopotamus mind. That's a new one. Wishing PTSD on troops or feigning innocence over blatant animal abuse. Oh no, it's because of his policy of honesty that he was blacklisted. He was too honest. They call him Gandhi. He craves adoration, literally Homelander. Moving on to the most legendary Hasan crash out in existence. 12 straight minutes of utter meltdown. This is cinema, okay? Hasan crashes out in a chatter for being too woke. I hate the woke. 12 minutes, oh lord. Right, here's the chatter, celestial praxis. We get it, you don't understand black people. This ain't the argument you think it is. Your understanding of white supremacy is so juvenile, it's infuriating. And this sent him into the stratosphere.
Your understanding of white supremacy is so juvenile, it's infuriating.
The fuck? What?
Yeah. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name.
That was nasty. Hopefully he's done with the moan session.
It's because I am a white supremacist. I'm moving to the white supremacist town, okay? That's why. I'm a white supremacist. I'm white. Okay, I'm white. I'm a white man. I'm a cisgender, heterosexual white man. You got me. You caught me. Okay, you caught me because I want these white enclaves to survive and exist so we can have sundown towns and finally restore the white caliphate. You fucking got me, dude. It starts with the implicit biases. It starts with the blind spots. Despite the fucking tens of thousands of hours poured over critically examining white supremacy and how it manifests in every orifice of American society, you, chatter, you caught me! It was actually my privileged blind spot that you identified, and now the mask is slipping! Shut the fuck up!
Oh my god. This is amazing. This might have made my entire year. This is the greatest thing I've ever witnessed. I know he has like an unhinged meltdown every day, but this one's truly special. So first off, dude called him a white supremacist. First off, clip it and ship it. We got him, boys. Second off, this is what happens when you pander to these psycho, extra, ultra woke communities where you get increasingly high standards and then you're just not woke enough for them, right? Despite doing all this bullshit and constantly pandering every single day, you still get called out by them, by the very community that you wanted to appeal to. And now you're reaping what you sow, and it's absolutely...
I think that was Jordan Peterson that even said that. I think he was saying that to, was it Ethan Klein? But it applies to a lot of these wokies. Applies to a lot of them.
Absolutely wonderful. And once again, reminder, this is not a troll. This is a 6-month subscriber. His community day by day is eating him alive. It is cinema. Then he says that he absolutely hates woke people. Buddy, have you looked in a mirror?
God damn, dude. You're so fucking stupid. What is this like? Are you okay? No, I'm not okay. No, I'm not okay.
At least he's finally admitting it. And then him saying that sounds crazy when he's like one of the wokest people out here in these streets.
I can't even crack jokes at the expense of a bunch of inbred white douchebags that decided to fucking try and build a failed white supremacist enclave in the middle of fucking nowhere where they're in self-exile without a bunch of chatter saying that I'm actually blinded by white supremacist values. How can I be okay? I hate all of you. I hate the woke. I hate woke. I hate the left. I hate the woke.
Yeah, I don't know. This might be my favorite episode ever, dude. This guy...
Yeah, nah, Yo, he is wilding. Like, yo, dude, you alright, son? Yeah, he just said he's not. He is tripping. Like, but can't say I'm surprised. It's Hasan, man. I knew this thing was gonna go off the rails eventually, especially when you're faking everything. It's a champagne socialist. You believe that this dude is saying it? Anything that he's saying is a lie. Whole time he's just trying to feed his woke ass audience. He don't believe none of the stuff he's saying, especially if you've seen his earlier content before he made this switch.
I has completely lost it. I can literally see steam coming out of his tiny microscopic head. I hate the woke. I hate the left. I hate my life. I hate streaming. I mean, literally the most.
Somebody called me a Trump supporter in the chat. I didn't even vote, dude. I don't vote. And I like Trump's TV show. But I haven't seen anyone that I believe in enough to vote for. So here you go for assuming he made an ass out of you.
Miserable guy in existence, bro. Literally anybody could.
I do think Trump is hilarious, though. That nigga's funny. He always been funny. I used to watch his TV show.
Have Hasan Piker's life and learn to enjoy it. You know, leave the internet, stop being a psycho, just enjoy your millions of dollars, retire, have a wonderful life. But no, he chooses this. He chooses this life of utter patheticness because he has this desperate need to be seen as.
Damn, Hasan fans is in the chat. Yeah, just call in. That way I can actually hear what you're saying. I'm not going to sit here and read everything that you're saying. That sounds stupid.
Like this messiah, to be seen as this intelligent political commentator, a goal that he will never accomplish in his entire life ever. I mean, even if you're a Hasan fan, you cannot deny the crash out gets worse every single time. I feel like at this point, his own subs might be rage baiting him because, I mean, if I followed a person that was so thin-skinned and had a meltdown over everything, then it would just be entertaining. I would purposely be rage baiting them, which is kind of what's happening to Hasan here. So then he says that he's giving up on socialism and communism.
We will never achieve anything. We will never build communism, socialism, any sort of progress whatsoever. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. It's not happening anytime soon, regardless. But we're not even building even a modest expansion of social safety nets. Okay? Because this kind of mentality is just cancer at the heart of any kind of fucking coalition building, any kind of movement building. You can't even fucking make a couple jokes without people being like, whoa, it's a privileged blind spot. And now I'm crashing.
That's the audience you built, though. You built that audience, nigga. Like,
out because I'm a white supremacist. Okay? Just get the fucking ball rolling ahead of time. Make some fucking TikToks, chatters. It's time. Let's go. Hasan consistently dropping the ball on black issues. He needs to stop talking about black issues. It's just like you're centering your entire worldview around being a fucking smarmy douchebag. What the fuck are you doing?
Okay, no way, bro said he's giving up on communism. No, Hasan, that's your life's work. Oh my God, you were glazing the USSR the other day. You jacked off to Stalin in your sleep, and now you're like, oh no communism now. I mean, this is the audience you fostered, dude. If you give up, how will I pay for my...
Didn't I just say that? It's the audience he built.
My great grandkids' tuition. Think about me, Hasan. Think about what I will do. What a selfish person. But honestly, he's completely right. I'm actually going to defend him here because it is impossible to make any progress when your community literally shits on you for the smallest of jokes, right? And he deserves this because this is what he's built. And he has encouraged this behavior in order to further his rabid psychopathic community and weaponize it against other people. And now that it's being used against him and he can't control the beast that he's made, he has a problem with it, right? He finally realized, oh shit, my community is absolutely nuts, right? Even a couple episodes, he had the realization that, oh, Burnt Peanut, the streamer, doesn't want to associate with me because my chat immediately starts calling him a fascist because he made a shock collar joke.
Do not play
Damn.
with him. He's a fucking fascist. I highly doubt that he is a fascist. And obviously, if you're like a normal content creator, why in the ever-loving would you ever want to be around someone like myself whose community instantly goes, that's a white supremacist, racist, fascist?
But I will say the chatter was definitely right that Hasan does not give a shit about black issues. I don't know why he keeps insisting he's a white supremacist, even as a joke, buddy. Like, we got the soundbite already. We don't need it anymore, buddy. We believe you. We believe.
I don't think most of these people that be crying about black issues hear about black issues, including black people. I'm just being honest.
You, all right? Don't need to convince us. So then he pulls up their chat logs and just goes ballistic, bro. This is the longest crash out I've seen.
We're getting to a goddamn point where if people want to fucking be white supremacists, they can openly say it. You won't achieve shit because you're not an organization. You have no idea about movement building. You've clearly never been a part of movement. You, whatever movement you're a part of, you are destroying. Okay? Whatever fucking movement you have actually been a part of, you are actively undermining and destroying. You literally are born with a copy of the fucking CIA disruption manual. You, chatter. You. I am not a movement, exactly. But even though I'm not a movement and an entertainer nonetheless, you still treat this as though it is yet another opportunity for COINTELPRO. And it's not that you're getting paid by the fucking CIA. You're just doing it for fun because you're a fucking moron. You're a fucking moronic dipshit. Every single thing must be designed according to your own personal values. That's it. You're selfish. You're stupid. And even when something is irrelevant and unproductive and utterly for entertainment purposes, you can't fucking stop yourself. You have no charity. You have no grace. You're just a fucking narcissistic loser.
Okay, buddy. Now we were just describing yourself. Buddy ranted too long and he started projecting again like the Epson home cinema, all right? Premium projector, of course. And I just can't get over it. Hasan calling someone a narcissistic loser. I mean, come on. Now you're just tickling my toes, buddy. You know what? I'm actually surprised. This is actually growth for Hasan because at least he didn't pull out the gun this time. At least he didn't start dancing around with the gun or whatever. This time he learned, okay, I got to use my words here. You know, I got to use them very creatively. And I think I just realized that Hasan could actually be a decent streamer. If he legitimately wasn't politically brain rotted, he's unintentionally hilarious. Like all these crash outs, like obviously he's not trying to be funny, but you know, just looking at this content, it is hilarious in the way that he doesn't want, right? Literally one chatter manages to rage bait him into the stratosphere, bro. There's probably an alien from Mars watching the series right now, having a
laughing their ass off. Yeah, fam, there's gonna be people that come in and troll. I don't take them seriously.
A blast, and they're dying laughing. In fact, his name is Steve. Steve from Mars is watching, and he really enjoys you, Hasan. Real big fan of the series. So then the chatter clocks him. He says he's crashing out because he's sensitive and like a man baby, and he's kind of spot on.
And you behave like a little federal agent for free. You're catastrophizing. You really have no clue you were crashing out for a place of sensitivity. I'm not. I'm crashing out because I can't fucking stand losers like you. Okay? I can't stand it. And guess what? No one can. No one can stand you. No one. You need to really stop behaving like this. Oh, wow. The problem is you think you're doing progressive politics when in fact, what you are doing is being a fucking annoying woke scold. Your own personal.
This dude is a big baby. Like he is crashing out. It ain't that deep. Over here crying, nigga. Like, chill out.
Inability to understand context, nuance, whether someone is actually joking or not, is not actually doing praxis. You're not doing praxis. You're posting in a fucking Twitch chat. You goddamn loser. Remember, this all started because you had to argue that sundown towns are cool. You are a mentally deficient, absolute moron. If you think I said sundown towns are cool, that is not a thing that I said. I actually never said that. You have to make up what I said in order to justify your worldview, in order to justify your smarmy, annoying, narcissistic tendencies. This is what I mean. Stop masquerading as though there is a real point of contention that you're advocating for here. There is none. You just want to be heard because you're a fucking loser and no one cares about your opinion.
Hasan, how do you do this? How do you perfectly describe yourself with zero self-awareness? No one can stand you. You think you're doing progressive politics. You're a mentally deficient moron. Yeah, that all sounds exactly like you, man. In fact, I'm not...
He was yelling at himself. It's funny that people could go in there and make him crash out like that. You ain't never gonna get me out of character like that. That sounds wild.
Surprised, considering this is a member of your community. This is just amazing. By the way, I went to Anime Festival Asia like a couple days ago, and I met a few fans. And turns out my community is actually super cool, and they love the Legendary series, and they're actually pretty awesome. Unlike Hasan fans right here, who think he's not woke enough, they're actually combative. They come up in public to him to tell him to stop drinking Diet Coke, bro. Like, it's absolutely pathetic.
Hey, you need to stop drinking Coke Zero on stream. Boycott.
Wait, is it?
You're preaching pro-Palestine and you're drinking with this boycott, so please, Hasan.
They want to police your behavior instead of just enjoying your content. And that's...
Y'all better never fix your face to tell me what to drink. Nigga, what? I wouldn't be drinking that. But that's my... You don't be drinking that kind of water. Excuse me? Huh? ¿Qué? Had to get Spanish for them. ¿Qué? I'm gonna drink the water I want to drink. But that's the audience he built.
Just shows the difference in our communities right here. Right, so then he starts blaming the left, and keep in mind this is the same guy who is baffled as to why liberals hate him.
I hate the tendency of the left to make it seem as though as long as they use academic language...
Right? Running up on you, you need to stop drinking this kind of soda. And I'm like, you need to get out my face. Waving that finger, and that's what you need to do. That soda's bad for your health. So is being in my face waving. But nah, that's nuts. No one better ever fix their face to tell me nothing. Like, that sounds crazy.
In emancipatory language, they can just be a fucking woke scold, boring loser who just everyone has to pay attention to. And the other problem is there are plenty of people that are going to fucking hear this shit and go, you know what? Was that person a black person? Was that person a brown person? Maybe they do actually have a real serious issue with what Hasan is saying. No, you're just being fucking insufferable and also incredibly cynical. And not only are you being insufferable and incredibly cynical, you're also lying about my positions now. If you have to justify your worldview or what you did just now by lying about what I'm saying after spending years in this fucking community, then maybe you should really reconsider how you approach the subject matter. Why? Why do you feel the need to do this? Day one, because your blood pressure is at insane levels right now?
Oh my God, bro. He is cooked. And this is what I mean when I say you're cooked at the start of my videos. This is exactly what I mean, okay? Even your...
When your audience got to be like, yo, relax. Your blood pressure going crazy. We can see that vein right here, and I've been counting the beats per minute, nigga. That is getting high. And I be getting high, but I don't get that heated, nigga. Like, he was mad as hell. And this nigga be streaming for like 7 hours, nigga. Like, just mad at the world.
Chatters are pointing out that you've literally been rage baited. And this is literally him getting a dose of his own medicine. Oh, they're lying about what I'm saying. Wow, Hasan, I wonder who does that. Definitely not Hasan. Hasan has never done that in his life. He has never lied in his entire life because honesty is his policy, right? He's just too...
That nigga lie like he breathe. Hasan lie like he breathe, bro.
Honest for...
Is he? Is that Luffy? Oh, Snake got Luffy on his desk. Shout outs to more Pegasus, man. He's a real one.
For his own good, guys. I wish I could meet someone as honest as Hasan Piker. The guy who routinely calls Ethan a Zionist Israel dick rider, calls his wife a valid military target, and essentially implies that she's a baby killer terrorist, is now complaining that people are misrepresenting him and lying about him. Wow, man. It really feels like someone has possessed his body and is letting out all of the pent-up anger, right? Hasan has like 1% good inside him. 99% is bullshit and evil or whatever. And that 1% is trying to come out and actually say the shit that he's been thinking this entire time. Man, how tragic, Hasan. If only you realized that everything you call out others for literally applies to you.
You didn't say you like sundown towns. You said, let these fucking mentally ill white supremacist losers self-exile, because that's what I said. But you're not going to actually say that. You're going to say, Hasan, you justified the existence of whites only towns. Okay, I totally understand if someone has never encountered my commentary before and maybe they misunderstand my position. But if you're in this community, it's just so frustrating. I hate having to deal with, you said you like pancakes, you must hate waffles as the primary fixture of people's politics on a daily fucking basis.
Okay, by the way, just saying, that's like his 500th swear this video. I already cut out about 50 of his F-bombs, right? And oh my god, this is going to be a nightmare to edit, okay? Buddy, it's time to expand your vocabulary. This is coming from the diabolical guy, okay? That's when you know you need to stop. And legitimately, Hasan's blood pressure has to be through the roof. Like, if you measure his body temperature, it's probably like 600 degrees. Now, again, I do actually understand his point. Basically, his chat is sort of misunderstanding him to appear like a virtuous person, to point out some mistake, right? And honestly, I'm defending him here, right? Because I want to be fair in that manner. This will always happen to anyone. If you create content on the internet, some portion of the audience will just not get it or whatever. A lot of people just don't understand my sarcasm whenever I'm talking or whatever. What I don't understand is the 12-minute nonstop meltdown over one chatter. And it's probably even longer than that, right? And I get that they're your own subscriber, but man, this is just not healthy, man. Did he up his like roid dose or something? Because like, I've never seen this level of rage. Then he perfectly points out what his own community is like.
You will never understand the point I'm trying to make, because being insufferable is your politics, by the way. Me. I'm being insufferable. Pay attention to me. I'm using academic language. I'm using emancipatory language. You have to listen to me. I'm going to tell you right now that
he's dead ass describing himself. He is actually, this is funny. Whoa. Like, he has like, no, what's the word for it? Self-awareness.
Actually hurting my feelings, but you're not hurting my white feelings. You're hurting my feelings as someone of insert marginalized identity. That this way, other people who will encounter this conversation later down the line, because I have a million different fucking haters who are clipping right now, salivating at the prospect of this conversation taking place, are going to use the most negative framing to cut 1,000 other fucking arguments about how Hasan is a white supremacist. He snapped now.
Well, yes, Hasan, I am actually salivating, all right? I'm salivating more than when I eat peanut butter and chocolate. I'm salivating more than Luffy getting a piece of juicy meat. But you got that wrong, Hasan. I'm
One Piece fans, man. Shout out to all the One Piece fans out here. I ain't going front. I'm a Zoro fan. That's my favorite character, right? Also I'm a, what's his name? Is it how you pronounce it? It's the Heart Pirates, but it's Corazon, I think. Pirates. Nigga, I'm down with them. Down with Law. Shout out to the One Piece fans.
Elevating at your crash out, but I'm not gonna lie about you. Ironically, I, one of your biggest ops or whatever, actually defends you in this situation. I think that chatter is misunderstanding you, and you are not actually defending white supremacy in that instance, right? Funny how that works. Your ops are the only people who are actually honest, right? I don't need to lie about Hasan because the truth is enough to make you see that he's a clown. And there's ample evidence of that. I don't need to make shit up. By the way, here's what his chat is saying. How is Unk still going? And they're spamming that. Infighting moment. Let me join you on that drink chatter. They're literally having a drinking game to this guy's crash out. We got more chatters. Yeet just came, and that's the Twitter account that posts them. Hasan hates black people. This is a Clipper's dream. Then the chatter calls him a victim, and he literally proves their point.
Oh, gotcha. Politics is boring. No, politics is not boring. You can make politics fun. Okay? You can make it fun. I try to all the time, in spite of the fucking best attempts of the most smarmy, annoying fucking douchebag losers on the goddamn planet. Oh, don't refresh their logs. They have, yeah, I know. False dichotomies. I can see this is a sore point for you, bro. I just sound like that. Haha, I don't have to try. The victim complex is so wild. I'm not a victim, dumbass. I'm not. You are. Ever come in here and say this is life or death for me and you don't take this shit seriously, because if this was life or death for you, you would probably not behave like this.
By the way, that was way longer. He swore about 50 more times, so I had to cut that out because I don't want to get flagged if you like spam the F word or whatever. Sailor Mouth here actually doing 1000 IQ move, making it harder to clip him. But you are absolutely a victim, dude. I feel like today's the one day that Schrodinger's Turk didn't actually work, right? He couldn't color change to brown because he was stuck being like this white supremacist or whatever, right? I mean, it can't work every single time. You can't use the same card every single time. It's just people are going to get used to it, all right? They're going to find ways to counter it. And I do agree that politics is usually boring unless somebody like you is crashing out. Then it's very fun. People responded almost 12 minutes of Hasan. Yeah, no, thank you. Don't worry. You can watch the filtered down version through the Pegasus channel. Okay, watch this. The most entertaining clip of Hasan I've ever seen. I'm not even joking. Whole thing looks and sounds like he's looking in the mirror, screaming, scolding, and mocking himself like a lunatic. It's a must-watch 10 out of 10 short film. Legitimately, I'm actually so upset because I don't have a good title thumbnail for this video. And I don't know how to get across to you guys that this is the best episode ever, but yeah, I'll see what I can do. I've never seen him like this. He's raging like a rabid creature. His max gated mic is peaking 10 different times. Feels like you're on Tyler 1 stream. The irony of not realizing he's actually describing himself the whole time while looking at an unaware raging emote. Fantastic. Right, so then he starts crying about me again, and now we know confirmed whenever he says sloptuber, he's talking about me because he's actually mentioned my name now.
More Pegasus made a dozen videos about you in the past few days. I love that guy. That would otherwise be like, oh, let me check in to see what this guy was saying. Those guys will watch those fucking brain-breaking, thought-terminating sloptubers and go, yeah, this guy. And then we lose those guys to the right-wing pipeline eventually. Because they're just rudderless. Okay? That's what I'm sad about. That's what I'm always sad about. Don't you sort of think you're reaping what you sow a little bit? I mean, it's literally always a 40-month chatter. First of all, that was a 6-month chatter. These are the people you created, homie. The chickens are coming home to roost.
I mean, I don't know. He kind of got you there, didn't he? And this man is so pissed. Brain-breaking, thought-terminating sloptubers. Okay, I gotta admit, that's a decent insult, okay? Especially when you realize that it should be applied to you, okay? You are the brain-breaking, thought-terminating sloptuber. Ironically, the only place where actual thinking goes on is on one of these channels, as opposed to the Hasan Piker broadcast. There's absolutely fucking nothing going on there except a bunch of crash outs, a bunch of random terrorism. Damn. I don't know. The Hasan hates his audience arc has dropped gem after gem on the timeline. He absolutely hates them. Right, so Asman responded.
Don't you sort of think you're reaping what you sow a little bit? I mean, it's literally always a 40-month chatter. First of all, that was a 6-month chatter. These are the people you...
The 40-month chatter means that this is a viewer that had probably seen him banning the 40-month chatter yesterday. That's crazy.
Yeah. Created, homie. The chickens are coming home to roost. Like, it's the...
The chickens are coming home to roost, and now you're going to pull up the whole logs.
All of these losers that behave like this, all of the fucking hyper scrutinizing, endless puritanical spiral enjoying leftists actually give Asmongold's audience a fantastic opportunity to sit around and jerk off about how fucking dumb we are on the left.
You're so right. You're so right. Yeah, it's hilarious. No, he's totally right about this. Those like horse racing threads about him on his Reddit, and then like all those girls talking about how he's a misogynist and like all this other stuff on TikTok.
Because we are. It's guys like this that make out like bandits here, and they laugh at us. Neck-bearded losers love this kind of constant fucking crash out infused discourse on the left.
You're absolutely right.
Okay, look, he's saying chickens come home to roost. I'm here to watch you fall apart.
Oh my God, what a legend. And honestly, I'm also here to watch you fall apart, Hasan. In fact,
yeah, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like Hasan over there losing his damn mind. Like Hasan is going crazy. Nigga, like, dude, need to relax. Yeah. Sums up.
A lot of people are here to do exactly that. We kind of make it a part of our daily routine. Was Hasan like this before the Shockgate scandal? I don't think it was this crazy. Honestly, I gotta admit, that brain broke him. Like, legitimately, I've never seen this level of anger and seething from him. It's like every cell of his body is itching to get rage baited. Hasan has the emotional intelligence of a tired 3-year-old. Okay, let's not insult the 3-year-old. Moving on to one of my favorite segments, Caseytron crying nonstop. Recap, she got sued by Ethan for violating copyright and is losing everything now. She continues being a vile, disgusting, manipulative person, slandering everyone and playing victim. Here she is melting down about Asmin.
And so what's this here? Right-wing bot farms artificially...
Caseytron makes smokers look bad, bro. And I hate that. Like, she's actually horrible. Deadass.
Inflate the popularity of red pill ideology. More people join in because it's seen as popular and easy money, and anybody who speaks against red pill ideology gets artificial hate and ridicule from right-wing bot farms. Is this not what's happening? Yeah, everybody that disagrees with you is a robot. That's exactly right. My sister made a post and is being attacked by incels, claiming my family deserves to have our home taken because of consequences. Please show us some support. Bro, every comment on here is just about me. It's all about me. Holy shit. This is crazy.
A lot of harassment. I've dealt with like a lot of harassment.
Shout outs to Asmin Gold, too. As I like to call him sometimes, Asmin Black.
Over the years.
Yeah, so am I. From you, bitch. What do you mean?
Dude, Casey is honestly the ultimate cry bully. Emphasis on cry. Because what is it? The third episode and she's still just playing victim, bro? We get it. Your life is ruined. We already threw the pizza party. I guess we gotta throw a barbecue too now. My God. Celebration after celebration. And you just know that if this was happening to Asmongold or somebody else, like she would legitimately have zero sympathy. And that's exactly why nobody should have anything for her. And also she's a horrible person who just slanders people left and right, tries to ruin their lives, and then when she rightfully gets destroyed in court, then she plays victim. But now it's just too much, right? I mean, this is karma, and karma's a queen. So then Asmin exposes her past.
Is going to ruin my life. That
He's going to, he is. And I'm going to watch the entire thing and laugh at it the whole time. It's going to be great. Can't wait.
Going to foreclose on.
And actually, like, that's not even really true because, like, Ethan Klein being able to ruin her life implies that her life isn't already ruined to begin with. Your life is already ruined to begin with. You are a deadbeat, burnout, loser streamer that's barely getting by. You barely get by grifting off of other deadbeat, loser, middle-aged women that hate men for...
Talk that talk. Y'all see why I call him Asmin Black, right? See why I call him Asmin Black? So sometimes he gets into this dark mode, man. You damn near call it his Darth mode. You're a Star Wars fan.
And a various amount of reasons. And this is what you've been doing for the better part of 10 years now. And so that's it. Like, you used to be a booby streamer. You used to farm that stuff. You used to capitalize and spread those negative stereotypes yourself. But now, once your looks have faded, now you're not able to do it anymore. And so now you decide to just dedicate all of your streams to hating men that are more successful than you ever were. That's...
Oh my gosh.
I don't want peace. I want problems, always.
Always. Always.
That's all you do. That's all you were. That's all you are.
You know, like, I feel anxious. Like, I feel under threat all the time. Like,
yeah, there you go. Like, what about whenever Ethan got the skull sent to his house? I wonder if he felt under threat or he had CPS weaponized against him because of some fucking internet drama. What do you think about that?
I'm waking up in the middle of the fucking night screaming. Yeah. Okay.
Damn, that's crazy. Wow. How could you have done this to yourself?
That's pretty accurate.
Yo, nah, he said, that's crazy. How could you have done this to yourself? Facts.
It's a little bit of fuck around and find out here, right? She's blaming this on other people when all of this is due to...
She likes harassing people, but cries when she gets harassed back. That's all these wokies. That's what I like to call them, wokies. That's all of them. They all do that. They can't take what they dish out. Crazy.
Your own actions. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Infamous saying, right? And I just want you guys to treat her like a criminal. Like, if a criminal starts fucking crying in front of your face, nobody's gonna have any sympathy for her. But she's done criminal type shit, but because she's a streamer, she just comes on and fake cries in front of the internet for the 5 millionth time and everyone should feel sorry for her. I mean, shut the hell up and crawl back in the cell, which you will need to supersize because you ain't fitting. Also, my God, if you know Casey's past, she has always had the career of being the most pathetic streamer ever. And honestly, she's just mad that she can no longer make money from incels being like a booby streamer. So she hates them now. No wonder it's like always in her vocabulary. It's like, oh, they turned on me and they're no longer giving me money. And therefore I just absolutely hate them and I'll spam the word every single day until the end of time. Like, I don't know, Casey, maybe you should have gone to the gym and gone on a diet if your entire career was built on your appearance as like this booby streamer or whatever. Then Asmund talks about how Casey hates him and the beef started because he dated her competition.
What was her motive to come at you? Because I dated a girl that put her out of a job. That's the reason why. See, Casey Tron used to be a booby streamer, but then I dated a booby streamer that was a lot more attractive than her and more well-liked than her. And so that earned Casey Tron's dislike. And if you look at the timeline of her negatively tweeting about me, it lines up to right after I started dating Pink Sparkles, which is like, honestly, like, I mean, I don't blame them, right? I mean, like, I get it, right? I definitely get it. But that's the reason why she's always been in her feelings about me. That's the real reason, is because I basically dated the girl that put her out of a job. And Casey even spread lies about my ex-girlfriend too. Like, she's such a nasty, nasty person, right?
No way she hates Asmund because he dated a more attractive streamer. That is diabolical, okay? So essentially, she wanted to date Asmongold instead. It appears like basically this other girl just stole her thunder, became more popular than her, and also got into a relationship with Asmund. So technically, all of this is Casey Tron's incel outrage. This is the ultimate plot twist. Oh my God. She basically wanted Asmongold. That's insane. And I've been saying her number one mistake was becoming a Hasan orbiter. It's a prophecy foretold since the beginning of time. I
hate the whole orbiter thing in general, right? Just build from the ground, get your own following.
Phoenix from Yu-Gi-Oh! Said, "You can't hide from destiny." I think that's what he said. It's been a long time, but something to do with destiny,
from Destiny's
right?
crazy.
And yeah, clearly she didn't subscribe to the series because she's cooked. Now click this video to have a wonderful day.
Yeah, she definitely got cooked. As far as what it is with Hasan, that nigga's a big crybaby too. He need to chill out. Just relax. But that's just my opinion. Tell me what yours is down in the comment section. Hit the like button, share it, all that good stuff. Hit the hype button too as well. Why not? There you go. Y'all, I'm gonna check out this video that y'all sent me about the Somalis having breakdowns.
What many Americans do find benefits for retarded. Do you stand by that claim of willing to call retarded?
Yeah, I think there's something wrong with it. Absolutely, sure.
But you don't
You have a problem with it? You know what? I think there's something wrong with it. Anybody that would do what he did, anybody that would allow those people into a state and pay billions of dollars out to Somalia. We give billions of dollars to Somalia. It's not even a country because it doesn't function like a country. It's got a name, but it doesn't function like a country. Yeah, there's something wrong with walls. Amigo, tem problema. Amigo, eu tenho problema, amigo. Hold on, me, man.
Back. Show us up on your feet. Nigga, walk like a grown person, man. Get your ass up. Doing all this fall.
We'll get knocked down. Move.
أنا معهم لأن دبي أنت لولو باسبوركي ولا قاتي وعلي سوق جرا.
Yo, this nigga crying on TikTok, bro. This nigga crying on TikTok.
I don't want to be here no more. I'm so tired of being here. This place. This is where I'm living. I'm so tired of it. It's just like don't want to go back. I don't want to be here no more. I don't cut my hair. I don't shave. I don't do nothing. I just want to go back. It just gets bad here, man. I just don't want to be here no more. Pray to God just. I'm just tired of you guys talking about me and just always talking shit.
So you get on the internet more? So you get your ass on, you don't put the phone down? This person mad because they deported him? Nigga, you not from here. What do you think you could just pull up and just like Debo? Is this your country now? Like,
these guys just don't even know how to just leave me alone. I'm just so tired.
Boy. So we got to talk about Tim Walz, okay? Tim Sugar Walz, who was confronted on NBC News about President Trump's comments towards him, right? President Trump said some mean words about Tim Sugar Walz, and we got to talk about it because Tim Sugar Walz is facing a whole lot of questions as to why is it that he is overseeing one of the largest fraud schemes that we've ever seen in this country, coming from the Somali community that currently has taken over the liberal city of Minneapolis.
A massive fraud scheme uncovered in Minnesota found money intended for social services has been allegedly siphoned indirectly into the pockets of the Somali terrorist group Al-Shabaab. Somali immigrants in Minnesota have reportedly been abusing systems meant to help the most unfortunate among us, including the latest federally funded autism services. The autism fraud scheme reportedly amassed $14 million through Medicare claims for services that were never provided, involving kids who never had autism. And the Somali immigrants behind this web of schemes have allegedly stolen billions from taxpayers, much of the money going back to the Somali government, where it would then end up in the hands of terrorists. Manhattan Institute investigative reporter Ryan Thorpe was one of the first exposing the schemes for their ties to terrorism. With us now, Ryan, a line from your story stuck out. The largest funder of Al-Shabaab is the Minnesota taxpayer, and you cite an unnamed source for that. What is the evidence that all of this money that was taken and the billions upon billions of increased funding in Minnesota for social services ended up in Somalia?
Well, billions of dollars of government welfare money is missing in the state of Minnesota.
How do we define missing?
Well, the fraud is so bad that the U.S. Attorney's Office has come out and indicated that they believe their entire government programs, where the fraudulent claims outstrip the legitimate ones. There are cases where indictments have come down or guilty pleas are already in to the tunes of hundreds of millions of dollars that were fraudulent.
So why are you crying? Aren't these the same Somali people screaming, "Dead to America"?
Obtained, filing false claims alongside doctored paperwork. And the indictments are continuing to come. And the U.S. Attorney's Office has made very clear that this is a network of fraud schemes stacked upon fraud schemes, and that while the true dollar figure in terms of stolen funds at this point isn't quite clear, it's safe to say that we're talking about billions of dollars.
Okay. It's pretty wild, some of the things that you lay out, including one group called Feeding the Future that went from getting $3.4 million in 2019 to $200 million 2 years later. They grew faster than NVIDIA. How did nobody see that? Or is it that people and the government and those who are supposed to be the watchdogs, like Tim Walz, like Keith Ellison, the Attorney General there, just weren't looking?
I think it's safe to say that there was a real unwillingness or inability among Democratic state officials in Minnesota to recognize some pretty obvious alarm bells here. All across these programs, claims were skyrocketing. absolutely spiraling out of control over a short period of time. And the reality is that the Somali community, which is where these large-scale fraud rings have been concentrated within this population in the state, it is a sizable voting bloc. It is a voting bloc you have to win if you're going to win political office in Minneapolis. And so I think that was likely a incentive here that
they saying they was letting them do that stuff because they was trying to get votes. That would be wild.
Made some people not want to look too closely at what's been going on.
Yeah, they don't want to look too closely at it, as this guy lays out, because it's obvious that a lot of Democrats are probably being funded by the fraud, right? Because that is how Democrats operate. What they do is that they take taxpayer dollars, they funnel the taxpayer dollars into these liberal nonprofits, these entities that are designed to do good, right? To do humanitarian stuff. Like, for example, help kids with autism or take care of old people or whatever. But that's not what they actually do. They funnel that money into their own pockets. They don't actually solve the problem that they're supposed to solve. And then they give Democrats kickbacks in the form of campaign donations for funneling tax dollars to them. There's no doubt in my mind that that's probably what's happening in Minneapolis. It's probably what's happening in Minnesota. And that's why you have politicians like, for example, Tim Walz playing the race card when confronted on all of the fraud that seems to be very prevalent amongst the Somali community in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and roll this clip of Tim Walz responding to NBC News host Christian Welker, confront him on the scandals that are happening in his state that he's overseeing. And why is it that
they're not going to have no answers? Probably going to be stumbling their ass off trying to, because that's insane. All the stuff that I'm hearing is, that's wild. There's no excuse for this.
He's not doing anything about it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.
From countries beyond Afghanistan, specifically targeting the Somali community in your home state. He also... Welcome back, and joining me now is Democratic Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota. Governor Walz, welcome back to Meet the Press.
Good to be with you, Kristen. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you. Thanks you so much for being here. I do want to start with the tragic shooting of the two National Guard service members. In the aftermath of the shooting, as you know, President Trump has responded by vowing to crack down on refugees, including from countries beyond Afghanistan, specifically targeting the Somali community in your home state. He also described you using a slur widely regarded as derogatory toward people with intellectual disabilities. I want to read for you what he said, Governor, and get your reaction on the other side. He said, hundreds of thousands of refugees from Somalia are completely taking over the once great state of Minnesota. Somalian gangs are roving the streets looking for prey as our wonderful people stay locked in their apartments and houses, hoping against hope they'll be left alone. The seriously blank governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, does nothing either through fear, incompetence, or both. What is your response to President Trump, Governor?
Yeah, well, first of all, let me express my condolences to the families of the National Guardsmen. They're out there doing their duty. They serve us. As a commander-in-chief of the National Guard and someone who served, we have a responsibility to put them in a position where they're protected and they have a clear mission. And so I would express my condolences there. Look, Donald Trump insulting me is a badge of honor for me, but I think we all know, as both as an educator for a couple decades and as a parent, using that term is just so damaging. It's hurtful. We have fought 3 decades to get this out of our schools. Kids know better than to use it. But look, this is what Donald Trump has done.
Yeah. This is what Trump has done. But yet Tim Walz is the same person that said that, hey, no, we actually have to normalize this type of language. We have to normalize how we insult our political opponents on the campaign trail. This is what he said about President Trump.
But look, this is what Donald Trump has done. He's normalized this type of hateful behavior and this type of language. Well,
that's that Trump derangement syndrome working right there in full effect. Everything is blame Trump. Trump is and mind you, I didn't even vote. So, like, once again, I know there's going to be people crying when I say that. once again, I'm not like the super diehard Trump stan. You know what I mean? But damn it, I don't think everything in the world is his fault. That's crazy.
Maybe it's time for us to be a little meaner. And when it's adult like Donald Trump, you bully the shit out of him back. What we should demonize is people like Elon Musk.
Although I will say this, the last few days you woke up thinking there might be news. Just saying. There will be news sometime. Just so you know, there will be news.
Yeah. So it's amazing to me how the guy who said that you have to bully the shit out of President Trump, and also on top of that, basically said that one day there will be news, okay, in the wake of the assassination attempt against President Trump, or this idea that, you know, President Trump.
I need to, excuse me real quick. I had to play this. That was disgusting.
Yeah. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name. You
nasty as hell.
Is going to pass away. This guy is now boohoo-whining and crying about language, right? It is amazing how that works, okay? Bullying the shit out of President Trump is great. It's awesome, according to Tim Walz, but calling Tim Walz what the liberal media claims is a slur, out of bounds, right? Totally out of bounds. Fascinating.
He's normalized this type of hateful behavior and this type of language. And mainly, look, at first, I think it's just because he's not a good human being. But secondly, to distract from his incompetency. We know we just came through a Thanksgiving where prices are up. We know people are concerned about heating their homes as we're experiencing.
Nigga, you using Trump as a distraction. Like, what?
Blizzards out here at the same time he's cutting those programs. So, look, we cannot allow this to be normalized. The people who Trump is, like this is language police. You guys are woke. Many times it's just about being decent to people and making them feel included. You can use that word. Sure, you can use that language, but you shouldn't. And that's something that Donald Trump fails to realize. But again, Kristen, this is cruelness. This is meanness. It's aimed at a broader community. And as far as demonizing our Somali community, maybe he could help us on some things. Demonizing an entire community, folks who are in the professions, educators, artists, doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs. They bring the diversity and the energy to a place like Minnesota. And for him to just randomly decide to do this, it makes no sense. Do your job. Get the criminals out. Secure our border. But do it with dignity and respect to the American tradition of respecting immigrants and refugees as a beacon of hope.
Well, with all due respect, Governor, you are the governor of Minnesota, right? Isn't it your job to enforce the law in your state? If you have a ton of Somalis, I mean, we're talking about dozens of indictments, right? Of charges against Somalis for fraud. We're talking about welfare fraud. We're talking about funneling in excess of $1 billion to Somalia, to Al-Shabaab, a terrorist organization. Isn't it actually your job to police this, right? Isn't it your job, first and foremost, you're the first line of law enforcement against what is happening in your state? Again, it's amazing how these people try to blame Trump, or they try to pass off their job and what they're supposed to be doing to President Trump, right? It's almost as if Tim Walz doesn't want to police the Somalis, which he probably doesn't, to be honest with you.
Well, speaking of the Somali community, President Trump is targeting them and your state in part. He's citing fraud as the reason for his crackdown. Dozens of people of East African descent have been charged, convicted, and sentenced for stealing more than $1 billion in taxpayer money from government programs during COVID. As you know, Governor, that is more than Minnesota spends each year to run its Department of Corrections. So I want to give you a chance to respond to this. Do you take responsibility for failing to stop this fraud in your state?
Well, certainly I take responsibility for putting people in jail. Governors don't get to just talk theoretically. We have to solve problems. And I will note, it's not just Somalis. Minnesota is a generous state. Minnesota is a prosperous state, a well-run state. We're AAA bond rated, but that attracts criminals. Those people are going to jail. We're doing everything we can. But to demonize an entire community on the actions of a few, it's lazy. And as you heard Senator Kelly say, this president has cut a lot of inspector generals. He's cut programs that could help us tackle this on. So we are we'll take it on. We'll put folks in jail. I don't care what your nationality is. I don't care what your religion is, your color. If you're committing crimes, these are programs that were meant to serve students with autism, to housing, and to making sure people had enough to eat. There's a reason Minnesota ranks as the top, lowest childhood poverty, best place for children to live. People are taking advantage of that. They're going to prison. That is totally disconnected with demonizing an entire group of people who came here fleeing civil war and created a vibrant community that makes Minnesota and this country better. But that's Donald Trump. Deflect, demonize, come up with no solutions. He's not going to help fix anything on fraud. My God, there's a big difference between fraud and corruption is something he knows about.
Well, I don't know, man. I feel like when you are taking taxpayer dollars and you're funneling those taxpayer dollars into your own pocket, right? And you're not using it for what you're supposed to be using it for. Not only is that corruption, but it's also fraud, right? When you're taking taxpayer dollars and you're funneling those welfare dollars to Somalia, and it is ending up in the hands of terrorists, okay, Al-Shabaab and others. I feel like not only
that's the fraud right there. And that should be the focus, not Trump.
Is that corruption, but that's also fraud, right? I mean, I think that fraud and corruption go hand in hand here. I'm not sure exactly what argument Tim Walz is making, but ultimately today, President Trump is doing something about it, right? He is calling for the deportation of these Somalis. That Tim Walz is claiming that, hey, you're not supposed to demonize a whole group of people. I mean, I don't think anybody's demonizing a whole group of people, but we're simply pointing out the fact that, hey, this particular group of people in Minneapolis, Minnesota, they got a lot of power, right? They got a lot of power. Not only do they got a lot of power, but they're receiving a lot of welfare, a lot of taxpayer dollars, and they're funneling those taxpayer dollars into places that the taxpayer dollars shouldn't go. And clearly, they feel comfortable doing this at a large scale under your leadership.
That is insane. That need to be nipped in the bud immediately. I don't feel bad for nobody. I don't care. They're crying doing TikTok videos. Get up out of here with that.
And you haven't done enough to crack down on this, because if you were cracking down on it, then this wouldn't be happening. The federal government is now stepping in to crack down, and that is what President Trump is doing about it. So President Trump is not only talking the talk, he's walking the walk. If you were walking the walk, okay, if you were actually proactive about this wouldn't be happening in the first place. But because you're not proactive, because you're not doing your damn job, because let's be honest, I mean, the state is presenting cases that are getting overturned by judges, right? Based off the fact that, I don't know, maybe the state is not doing their due diligence and doing what they need to do in order to actually prove that a lot of these individuals who are obviously committing fraud are committing fraud. I think that you need to be doing more, right? Like, there's a lot to be desired from what Democrats are doing in order to crack down on the fraud, okay? And just pointing the finger at Trump and boohoo, whining, crying, racism, hate, and bigotry, that's not going to solve the problem. At the end of the day, this is happening under your watch as governor. How in the world do you allow a specific community from a third world country to funnel billions of dollars in taxpayer money to terrorists? How do you allow that, right? How do you allow an operation of that magnitude to get to the level that is at without stopping it? This is happening under your watch, and you have to take responsibility for it.
By hyper-focusing on Trump, blaming him for everything.
You have the New York Times, of all newspapers. I mean, you're talking about an ultra-liberal newspaper calling out Tim Walz by name, right? Title, How Fraud Swamped Minnesota's Social Services System on Tim Walz's Watch. Prosecutors say members of the Somali diaspora, a group with growing political power, were largely responsible. President Trump has drawn national attention to the scandal amid his crackdown on immigration. Yeah. So when you have the New York Times, okay, with damning quotes in the article, like, for example, quote, no one was doing anything about the red flags. He said it was like someone was stealing money from the cookie jar and they kept refilling it. Yeah, that's a big problem. And then you have the Minnesota Department of Human Service employees saying Tim Walz is 100% responsible for massive fraud in Minnesota. We let Tim Walz know of fraud early on, hoping for a partnership in stopping fraud. But no, we got the opposite response. Tim Walz systemically retaliated against whistleblowers using monitoring, threats, repression, and did his best to discredit fraud reports. Instead of partnership, we got the full weight of retaliation by Tim Walz, certain DFL members, and indifferent mainstream level media. It's scary, isolating, and left us wondering who can we turn to. In addition to retaliating against whistleblowers, Tim Walz disempowered the Office of the Legislative Auditor, allowing agencies to disregard their audit findings and guidance. Media and politicians supporting Tim Walz or the DFL agenda attack whistleblowers who were trying to raise red flags on fraudulent activities. This is a cascade of systemic failures leading up to Tim Walz. Agency leaders appointed by Tim Walz willfully disregarded rules and laws to keep fraud reports quiet, even to the extent of threatening families of whistleblowers. Wow. These same leaders are not qualified for their jobs, instead getting leadership jobs via Tim Walz's friendship, so state government were left floundering. DFL lawmakers refused to acknowledge fraud and deflected any serious conversation to stop fraud by its mainstream media, such as WCCO and NPR, showed absolutely no interest in covering fraud happening in our own state. Programs, especially in behavioral health and disability services, were built without any guardrails against fraud, all in an attempt to extract more funding from legislator and the federal government. Yeah, I mean, it's a flywheel of fraud. Okay, you have the federal government funneling money to the state of Minnesota. The Democrats in the state of Minnesota that are running that state funnel money to these liberal nonprofits, these entities that are run by Somalis that are supposed to be helping out autism patients, supposed to be helping out the elderly. They don't actually do that. They funnel the money into their own pockets and they give kickbacks to the liberal politicians, the Democrat politicians that funneled them the taxpayer dollars in the first place. That's how it works. As staff, we firsthand witnessed and observed fraud happening, yet we were shut down, reassigned, and told to keep quiet. Sometimes more leadership did not want to appear to discriminate against certain communities and were unwilling to take action, such as stopping fraud that would have an adverse impact on their image. To date, no single agency has been held responsible for their role in fraud, whether it's Shireen Gandhi, Jess Jill, Jody Harpstead, Natasha Mertz, Eric Grumdon, or others. It is a structure created and maintained by Tim Walz, who has created an environment of interrelated agencies and institutions, including the media, that help foster through retaliation and turning a blind eye in exchange for political gain in the form of high power agency leadership jobs and other perks. Yeah. So again, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Not at all. But once again, what we have here is Democrats refusing to take responsibility and accountability for what happens in their states. And then they demonize President Trump. They go after President Trump for doing their job, right? For doing the things that Democrats should be doing. Okay.
And then blaming him for the mistakes that they made with Trump derangement syndrome. Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. Nasty as hell. Trying to like divert everyone's attention on Trump while they're doing foul stuff over there. It's crazy. Tell me what your opinion is down in the comment section. Hit the like button. Share the video as well. Trump wasn't around. I wonder who they're going to blame when Biden was in office for 4 years, falling asleep and whatnot, right? Everything was blaming Trump for all of 4 years. Facts.